How about Out Cold?
Out Cold. That's not a Christmas movie.
That's not. Yeah, it's just.
It's
winter.
funny.
Let's do Out Cold.
We should turn this in like an ASMR.
If we were gonna do Out Cold, I've been wanting to do one movie with Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart where.
Just Friends?
Yeah, Just Friends.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to
if you're going to open up the can of worms to say that those are...
Yeah,
Christmas,
those aren't
Christmas. You could open up an entire can of worms.
I've been wanting to do Out Cold.
Of worms.
I've been wanting to do Out Cold for a long time, though.
Well, is it... If it's on the list?
Yeah, you gotta add it to the list, man.
It should be on the list.
Is it on the rolling list or is it in the box? You gotta make these things known to Karen so she can write them down.
Out Cold's on there. It's on the rolling list.
Put it in the box.
We need to get through some of these movies in the box before we go through.
We still haven't ran into a single Ninja Turtle movie.
You still haven't been able to learn how to talk into that mic.
Well, hold on.
Still, not a single Ninja Turtle movie. Want
to try again?
Ninja Turtle movie.
Okay.
Not Ninja Turtle movie.
Ninja Turtle movie.
So we've been recording. Did we tell them what we're doing next week? Oh, okay.
Are we waiting till the end for that?
Yeah, we'll wait for the end. Okay. All right. Welcome back to the Bonsai Movie Crew. Now you got to stay till the end to find out what we're going to do next week.
Just want to make sure
next week.
I just want to make sure we didn't say that.
No.
Before you hit the record button.
Nope, I didn't say nothing. Oh, hey, Madison, can you turn those lights on?
There's only
a little dark.
So dark in here.
There's
we're all
84
orange.
Movies left in the box.
Huh?
There's 84 movies left.
Good
in the
Lord,
box.
that's a lot of movies.
It's a lot of podcasts before we get to the running list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have to wait. We waited until we were at what 25.
Oh, I don't remember, but that was so early on that we didn't have a lot of movies in the box.
That's true. I just know we waited until
the first 20 movies we picked ourselves. We didn't even. It wasn't drawn at random.
Yeah.
So, which I hated.
Yeah,
I hated it.
After we got into it, it was like,
it's like
every 3 weeks, you're like, what do I want to watch?
Yeah, it was like, ugh. So like randomly drawing them, it was like, it doesn't matter how you feel about it, you got to watch that shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's nice not
There's
having
been some movies that I'm like, fuck, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, me too. But everything in there is something that I do want to watch.
You can't all be like Eric and dip out when you don't want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Speed 2 is on here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Leave it in there.
Okay.
Fuck it. We'll watch a shitty movie.
I was gonna text you.
I told you guys that I'll watch the rest of those movies from now on.
He's giving you shit. We all have.
Jeremiah's like, no.
Damn you, Joseph!
All right, welcome back. Let's get into some internet stuff here. I got a couple things. First thing I want to bring up is, did you guys see the trailer for the Monday Night Raw thing they're doing on Netflix?
I seen it when you posted.
What is that about? Is that going to be an every week thing, or is that like an event? And because that's going to be live. I'm not fully understanding what the deal is.
I'm assuming it's going to be
because don't they also have a deal with Peacock or something too?
I thought that was running out, and that's why they were looking.
Is that
for
what's going
platform.
on?
I thought.
I don't know.
They're doing Monday Night Raw on Netflix now?
Yeah, they're doing Raw on Netflix. I don't know if it's like...
When they lose?
I stay out of...
All I know is that... Well, I don't know, because like Netflix is probably the highest... platform there is. So if you're going to go to a platform, it might as well be Netflix.
Yeah, but they screwed up with that whole
I was going to say
they crashed.
They were doing the not really pay-per-view,
the Jake Paul
their
thing.
Event.
Their event was dog shit because it kept lagging out.
It crashed out.
And that's a lot of what wrestling is they plan these events and want people to tune in. So then my question, if I'm going to Netflix, is going to be, how do you prevent that from happening?
I would be asking that question like, hey man, I watched that Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and I couldn't even watch the second half of the fight because
everybody.
To watch it?
I didn't. Yeah, right. I didn't watch it, dude. I watched the highlights after the next day, but yeah, everybody was having the same problem, and then they were blaming it on everybody's internet. Bitch,
it wasn't the internet.
It wasn't the internet. It was
Netflix
your fucking servers.
Right.
Like, you fucking blame it on us.
No, I get it.
I
stay out of wrestling for the most part. I haven't really been into it since.
That's what everybody was like. Oh,
I haven't watched wrestling
like
since
Alec Assie's like, oh, you gonna watch wrestling, dude? I can't watch that shit with my wife around. You see how them girls dress? You're gonna be looking at me every 5 minutes like, what is this?
I haven't watched.
It's just not my thing, and I understand that it's no different than,
I haven't watched wrestling since the Attitude Era.
Same here. I haven't watched it since then either.
Yeah.
I think I was in middle school last time I was into it. Like that I watched it and was really into it.
That
was around the Attitude Era. That was back when Stone Cold.
That was when I was into it.
That was whenever it was cool. After that, it went
when
to
I was
PG
little, I liked Jake the Snake. Like when I was really little.
Oh yeah, and Ultimate Warrior and all that.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior was the shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, good for them. I'm glad they're moving forward. You know what I mean? And they're trying to keep up with everything that's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
World.
They're not trying to keep it on cable and keep a dying animal alive.
Right.
They're
they're
progressing.
Shows are doing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of your reality shows, they're starting to understand. Well, fuck, if we want to continue, we've got to keep up with the times,
or at least allow our
cable
rights
is
to be
dying.
At least allow the rights to be on a streaming service.
Yeah, because cable is dying. It's too expensive for what you get.
Hell,
most of it's all
streaming's just about to be about
I know
same
with
or
everything.
worse.
That's why they just need to all bundle it all together.
Like cable.
Exactly.
We've gone 360.
Yeah. It's a fucking vicious cycle.
Like what Disney's doing, they're bundling it all together with Hulu and
they're smart. Disney's buying up some shit. They're like, people is going to come to us if we've got all these other services that are bundled into one price.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like if you charge me $50 a month for all of your streaming services, I'll pay that shit.
Well, see, what I like about what they're doing or what they have been doing is that all of the streaming services seem to be partnering with something. Mm-hmm. And odds are it's something that you already use.
Yeah.
So if you have something that you're using and then they're going to offer you a discount, you can get all of your streaming services for pretty cheap. It just depends on what you want to play for your internet.
What are
at
you
that
doing?
point.
I'm listening. You guys are talking about cable and stuff. I don't know anything about cable.
There's
Are you working on your cursive?
No.
She's doing calligraphy.
I'm not complaining,
It's so bad.
Most kids don't even know what cursive is. They're like,
I'm
what?
really bad
You mean
at
they call it
Fs.
fancy?
I've been married for over a year now, and I still have no chance of writing my last name in cursive. Like when I have to sign.
No, I do. So my signature literally is a J in cursive and then scribbles, and then a C in cursive and scribbles.
Yeah, see, mine used to be that way, but now I have Castle, which is like at the end you've got a T and an L, so you can't just go.
Women got it bad, man. You guys, that sucks, man, because you got to redo.
Yeah, you got to write the
signature.
C and then
See,
then I get to the end. There's no E.
See,
Dad used to make me write paragraphs in cursive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they made us do that in second grade.
They used to make us do that all the time in school.
It never worked. It never.
No,
I mean, my handwriting is shit regardless.
Well, like Crystal, dude, her handwriting is so nice that whenever she writes does her name, it looks nice. I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck you conquered that, because I've been working on that for 38 years and I'm still bad at it.
I can write my first name really nicely.
My handwriting is always shit.
My print is worse than my cursive. I carried a print. It's like it looks like little kids' chicken scratch.
Yeah,
it's garbage.
You should see mine.
He's got bad.
Cody, my sister, she's always had really nice handwriting, but it's so small. She writes so tiny.
She does.
I'm like, why do you write so small? Like, I can't even read that.
Get out a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
That's how Ada writes. If she isn't writing like an essay or anything, if she's just writing a couple of sentences, she'll write so tiny.
That's so
Or
weird.
no, it's the other way around.
Me, I'm like, I'm like,
sentences.
you don't remember them dotted lines with the two big lines like you had in like kindergarten to learn your names or your letters? That's how I write. C-R-A.
I have like a note-taking thing on here that I downloaded or whatever, and I'll sit there and write my name over and over and over again just because like I'm trying to get the castle right. But 9 times out of 10 I'll look back up and like 90% of them are missing the E because I'll do the T and an L and I'm like really concentrating on that and I'm like, I'm good. I roll on. It's like,
all right. A little bit more internet news. Just one more thing here I want to go over. Apparently it was a big deal with Trump, and he had announced yesterday with this $1 billion deal with SoftBank, which is a tech company.
Yeah.
And I guess they're ones who made Chat GPT, something like that.
Yeah.
Some AI shit. I guess it's like one of the biggest investments in American history.
It is.
And I'm like, so...
Especially if they go up to $200 billion.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going to read this. This comes from, I think I got this from...
CNN?
Yeah, CNN. No, it wasn't.
CNN. I'm pretty sure it was CNN.
I didn't get this from CNN.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to read it to you. It's just a little article here. Short. It's pretty short.
Oh, CBS.
Yeah, I think
CBS.
mine's from CBS. Yeah.
Yep.
Says SoftBank CEO. Oh my god, I'm gonna butcher this. Masayoshi Son announced a $100 billion investment in the U.S. over the next 4 years during a Monday visit to President-elect Donald Trump's residence Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. The billionaire investor and founder of the Japanese tech investing firm promised in the joint announcement with Trump. I have something for this. My bad, guys. I'm not good at this at all. The little picture there for you of their
Signing thing.
Yeah, their announcement. Sorry. The billionaire investor and founder of the Japanese tech investing firm promised in the joint announcement with Trump to create 100,000 jobs at a minimum focused of artificial intelligence and related infrastructure. The money will be deployed before the end of Trump's term. He goes on to say, my confidence level in the economy of the United States has tremendously increased with his victory, Son said. President Trump is a double down president. I'm going to have to double down. SoftBank's Son and Trump made a similar announcement in 2016 after Trump was elected president for the first time, with the Japanese firm agreeing to invest $50 billion in the U.S. to create 50,000 jobs. Trump goes on to say he's doing this because he feels very optimistic about our country since the election. Trump said, "This historic investment."
You're not pursing your lips enough.
Oh, this historic investment.
See how it helps?
Yeah, it does help. It does help. This historic investment is a monumental demonstration of confidence in America's future, and it will help ensure the emerging artificial intelligence. I love it. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's amazing. Emerging technologies and other industries of tomorrow are being created and grown for here in the U.S. It's so great. It's amazing. You guys will love it. It's great. It's awesome. I don't think he ever says awesome, but
I'm pretty sure he says that all the time.
does he?
I don't
The
know.
funding could come from various sources controlled by SoftBank, including the Vision Fund, Capital Projects, or chipmaker ARM Holdings, where the firm is a majority owner. Some of the money will not necessarily be newly raised, but could include some funding already announced, such as SoftBank's recent $1.5 billion investment in OpenAI, the tech firm behind chatbot GPT. So, if you're wondering what that means, it means it's good for America. It's good for the economy. It's good for jobs. It's good for everybody, man, because that's what it's about. It's about bringing work and money back into the U.S., man. It's about feeding the country again and not throwing all our money at the wall. You know what I mean?
What I see is like all these.
Not the literal wall, but I mean like throwing it in the dumpster, like flushing it down the toilet.
It's like all these things that you see now where they're talking about prices are going to go up after the election because of the tariffs and blah blah blah. Not if we build this shit here.
Exactly.
Are you guys not getting
And
the
that's what
fucking
he's
picture?
aiming
That's
for.
what he's
trying
pushing
to,
for.
yeah. He's trying to push for, the prices may go up for a minute, but they're going to go up and their stocks are going to go down. So what's going to happen? They're going to have to bring that work here so that things are made in the U.S. again so that they can bring the prices back down.
I'm sorry, but
And it's going to create jobs.
we used to be in the 1940s and 50s the manufacturing guru. I mean, we had all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you knew something was cheap when it came from China because it'd break in 5 seconds.
Yep.
Our stuff was the stuff everybody was after.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started pushing shit
They would
out
always
the-
point out, you see this? Made in USA.
Yeah. And then they started pushing shit out to other countries because it was cheaper.
Yep.
Well, look where that fucking landed us.
Yeah, so it's a good thing. And this right here is a huge... Hell, he's making deals already before he's even president.
Dude, after he was elected, I keep thinking about what Kimmel said. You guys are regretting it too. You just don't notice it yet.
I ain't regretting shit.
Dude, he was president-elect for 2 days, and Russia was trying to back out of a war. And you know what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff was happening. It's like, I don't regret a damn thing.
I don't.
Not
I don't
one
regret
fucking
nothing.
thing.
I think that
Russia was trying to back out of a
I think
war
the
until
next
fucking
4
Biden
years-
decided
Well, yeah,
he-
until Biden decided to bomb
I think the
their
next
ass.
4 years, you guys
Dumbass.
are going to see a tremendous change in your utility bills, your grocery bills, your gas bill.
exactly what
all
he said
these
would
things
happen.
that we need a
He's
break
going
on.
to start with the electric. I
Mhm.
think is what he said. Work our ways through. But, like, I just get tired of the negative rhetoric
Yeah.
that we keep getting shoved down our throats. And if you got brain one, you can see right through it.
Yeah.
He gets elected, they're still trying to push this negative narrative like it's going to change anything. He's already been elected. It's already happened. Biden's paving the way for him to do things that you guys tell him he can't do. I mean, and Biden, they elected his ass, and he's the one that bombed, over there again and got Russia involved again. Are you guys stupid or what? I'm sorry.
No, hey,
I'm sorry.
he's a good guy though. Biden is. He said he
he's a
wasn't
real
gonna.
good guy.
He said that he wasn't gonna, pardon his son.
Well, he
Oh
did.
wait, that's right. He did, didn't he?
He did.
After he said he wouldn't.
Sure did.
I guess what's a
Because the sacrificial lamb
But no,
play
Trump's the
didn't
liar.
work.
You know what? Trump probably did say some shit and do some shit,
Trump is not
but he
a
didn't
saint.
do it while he was fucking president either. So
Trump is not a saint, okay? And he's not like some savior. He's not Jesus or anything.
No.
But what I'm saying is like, at least when he says he's going to do something, he does it.
yeah,
And he makes it public so you know he's doing it.
yep. He doesn't back down from.
So
a
if
fight
it
either.
falls through or if something bad happens, and they had to create a pandemic to get him out of office. What does that tell you?
Mhm.
Just saying. And we all fucking know it's true.
I'm not on no conspiracy theory shit, but it was
It's not a
kind
conspiracy when they
was
kept
kinda
telling us we
weird
were
that
all
it
going to
happened
fucking
at that
die.
time.
And, oh, wait, it's the flu?
of right. All right, let's
I
move
know
on.
people die.
I think we've done enough political talk for one episode, Karen.
I'm just saying.
I know she's getting worked up, people.
No, I'm just saying. I know that a lot of people died. I'm not downplaying that. But I'm saying you should probably blame someone else other than, natural causes. Because that was fucking weird.
Weird. It was very weird.
Where
I
did
got
it
it.
start
though.
and
COVID
where did it
sucked.
come from and what? Don't get me started.
Let's not get
Don't
started.
get me started.
Let's not get started on it. All
Don't get me
right.
started.
No,
We're
that's
here-
all I had to say about it. Was
Okay.
that it was just fucking weird.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
get
plenty
everybody
more.
worked up.
Yeah, I got plenty more. I'll just shut up.
All right, let's move on though. Let's get into our
Fuck it, let's go.
Fuck it.
get into our creator profile. You gonna read
I'll
it?
have to start doing
No,
my
I'm
ace
gonna
music.
keep writing.
Okay.
All right. So, any ideas who it might be? I think we all know.
I seen you pulling it up, so
Oh well. What about you?
I'm not
Eric?
gonna vote.
I
I watched him pick out the picture, so.
It's all on you. Guess.
Now, go!
the bomb dude.
Nope.
The
No.
bomb.
Sure.
The bomb.
The bomb dude.
Dennis
Yeah.
Hopper.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper. I think we've already done Dennis. Did we already do Dennis Hopper?
I guarantee we have.
I don't think we have. I think you're right. I thought we.
Why am I looking on?
Yeah,
here?
we did.
Have it.
Yeah, we did. We did him for Texas Chainsaw.
Maybe we did.
I think we did do Dennis Hopper.
You might be right. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, we did him for Texas Chainsaw. Was it the second? It was the second one.
Second one.
I almost guarantee
Yep.
we did. Yep.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
We already did Keanu Reeves.
The Batman.
Yeah, for the Batman.
He texted me and I was like, I have it
I knew it
next
wasn't
to the
Keanu.
Batman. And I was
I
like,
think that was back when we were just picking randomly.
well, I think it was
instead
one of those scenarios where it was like, we didn't want to do this person because of this reason or whatever. But like, I looked at it and I was like, did I fuck up? I don't fuck up. So then, like,
No, I'm pretty sure we did it for the
we
Batman.
did. We did because I looked
For two reasons. I
looked for the
remember
video.
choosing him. I think at the time he was pretty big for a movie that he is doing. I think that was coming out, and also we didn't feel like doing anybody from that movie.
And I knew that we had done it because I remember either making a TikTok or thinking about making a TikTok when like she couldn't say his name or something. I don't remember. That's why when he said it, I was like, I know we've done it before.
Keanu?
Now she
Keanu?
says it right.
Yeah, now you say it right.
Oh,
Oh, it was a
wow.
whole thing.
Come on, man, it's
Was it
easy.
Keanu?
You know who we're doing.
Is that
now.
I
how
don't
I was saying it
remember.
before?
I don't remember
I feel like
now.
that's-
Are you checking the IMDb?
Jeff Daniels.
Are you fucking no, man?
No. Alan Ruck.
Oh my god.
No.
He's gonna pick Cameron.
Huh?
Cameron did one thing, and then he was
So?
annoying in this.
Yeah, I know he's annoying.
He
But I
was
think
very
supposed
annoying
to,
in
he was
this movie.
supposed to be.
Well, they're not doing Dennis Hopper. They're not doing.
Wow.
Wow. Is it because she's a woman? You're just looking right over her?
You're doing
She's
Sandra
literally-
Bullock?
Yes!
First billing.
Yeah, right?
I thought we already did Sandra Bullock.
No.
No.
No, we better not have.
Now that he's got me thinking about it.
I thought we've done Sandra Bullock.
I don't think we've ever done
Have we?
No, for this one.
Okay.
I was going to say, you motherfucker. I should have asked. No, we've never done Sandra Bullock.
I thought we did.
No. No, we have not. You going to read that shit, Madison?
Yes, I was writing our name. Jeez. I'm good
She's
at
so
it.
hot.
Look.
Cool.
God, she is so fine.
I know.
She used to be anyway.
She used
The
to be
things I would
really-
do to that
is.
woman.
She's all right now, but like she's had work done. That bothers me.
Okay.
But she was fucking hot back like during like this movie and like
Even in
I always liked how
what
she
was
talked. And,
yeah.
What was it? In, well, she played with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, the proposal.
Proposal.
Yeah, she was
I've
so
only
hot
seen
in
that once.
She was hot in that, but she's still like so much older than him. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like my grandmother.
I
would hit
remember
on
whenever
Ryan
she dated
Reynolds.
Jesse James and he cheated on her. I'm like, who cheats on Sandra
Well,
Bullock?
that
You
and like,
dumbass.
why would she get with a notorious player? I guess
True,
you know, like
yeah.
I'm not saying like she deserved it, but like
You know how they met? I guess she was going down there a lot to his shop because her son or something, or nephew or whatever, was really into motorcycles. So she was taking him down there, and that's how they got to talking. I'm like, I want to start a motorcycle shop.
Yeah. Oops, Sandra Bullock walked in. No, I don't understand that at all. Like, who marries Sandra Bullock and then goes, "You're not good enough."
Not good enough. She might be a bitch though.
I hope
Yeah,
not, but
doubt
I
it.
generally believe that any celebrity is probably a dick in real life, regardless of how they act.
Right.
I hope she's not, but maybe
I
she
hope
is.
she's not either, but she could be.
She could
I
be.
doubt it.
You doubt it. You
Just
just don't
'cause you
want to
want
ruin
the
that
pants.
about
I just
her.
doubt it.
He's like, no, I doubt it, man. I bet she's great.
Don't ruin his image.
I doubt it.
She looks the way she does until she takes off his shirt. In his mind, she's got double D's.
I'm thinking C's.
No, like in his mind when she's
Oh,
yeah.
I would say
Anyways.
C's.
So you
He
guys-
paints a perfect image of her. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm. Like Picasso about it.
and she ain't got no C's. Those are like B cups at most.
They're more than a handful.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why-
back in the day, why are we doing it?
Yeah. Why are we doing this?
Okay.
we
Sandra-
sound so sleazy.
I'm a
Jesus.
straight female, by the way. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
throw that out
She just
there.
hits on women.
I do. I think women are quite beautiful.
All right, you guys ready?
They are.
All right.
You'd only go after one of them.
I would go gay for her. Actually, there's a few of them I probably would. Go on.
Margot Robbie. I think she's.
Oh, yeah.
Charlize Theron.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some fine people.
There's a few of them that I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I even like
Halle
Scarlett
Berry.
Johansson.
Halle Berry's one of them.
No, she didn't
yeah.
do it for me.
Halle Berry.
All right. Sandra Nett Bullock was born on July 26, 1964, in Arlington, Virginia, to a German opera singer and a voice teacher. Bullock grew up largely on the road. She studied music and dance while she traveled throughout Europe and made her first stage appearance at the age of 5 in a small role for an opera in Nuremberg, Germany. The performance helped her to develop a love of the stage, and she began appearing regularly in the Nuremberg Children's Choir. What's all this, Dad? It says more from biography Pierce Brosnan, and then it says unmute.
That's just stuff from the page. This is from biography.com.
Understood.
Just look over it and just keep reading. Why do you gotta ask me about every little thing? Like,
Because
you know, it's not
it's a
part of the
mistake.
profile, so
It is a mistake, though.
whatever.
Unmute, it says.
I'd like to. Never mind. Just keep reading.
He didn't know what he was gonna say.
I can't blame her. I mean, like when I'm reading them, if there's something like that in there, like because I'm just on a roll, I'll read it and they'll be like, that didn't make any fucking sense. Oh. Like,
Why did I read that?
yeah.
When Bullock is such a weird word, was 12, her family moved back to the Washington, D.C. area where she attended Washington Lee High School. Bullock had no problem fitting in, becoming involved in cheerleading and school theater productions until her graduation in 1982. Bullock then enrolled at East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina, to study acting. However, she left college only 3 credits shy of her bachelor's degree and moved to New York in 1986 to pursue acting in earnest. She joined the neighborhood Playhouse Theater, where she took acting classes and supported herself with waitressing and bartending work. Sorry, it hit me in the middle of that sentence. Movies and early career. Bullock landed her first gig at the age of 21 in an off-Broadway production of No Time Flat. She used the critical acclaim for her performance to land an agent, but her early acting jobs, which included bit parts in television and B-movies, were unsuccessful and sometimes embarrassing. Bullock made a short run as Tess McGill on the ill-fated NBC sitcom Working Girl, based on the hit movie of the same name, followed by a co-starring role in the romantic comedy Love Potion No. 9, 1992. Advertisement, continue reading below. Demolition Man and Speed. In 1993, Bullock replaced Lori Petty in the futuristic Sylvester Stallone vehicle Demolition Man, but critics largely panned the film as incoherent and one-dimensional.
They're incoherent and one-dimensional.
Huh?
They're incoherent and one-dimensional.
Oh.
Demolition Man's awesome.
They don't
It
know how
is.
to use the seashells.
Yeah, that's what it is. They couldn't figure out the seashells.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lucky for them, we have not yet either.
Okay. It was from the box office hit Speed 1994 that she first earned widespread recognition, playing opposite Keanu Reeves. I messed that word up too. Keanu Reeves. I got this. Bullock's plucky performance helped propel the commercial success of what was an otherwise generic action feature. While You Were Sleeping to Miss
Generic action. Who wrote this?
Congeniality.
It's, yeah.
In the mid-1990s, Bullock appeared in a steady stream of big-budget productions, varying commercial success. While films like While You Were Sleeping 1995, The Net 1995, and A Time to Kill 1996 performed well, others such as To If by Sea 1996 and Speed 2 Cruise Control 1997 were box office flops. Bullock starred with Nicole Kidman in the
That's
comedy
why she said she'll never do another sequel.
Practical Magic
done that one.
1998.
It's not sequel's fault. That's just happened to be a bad one.
Yeah.
And opposite Harry Connick Jr. in Hope Floats that same year. In an attempt to expand her dramatic range, Bullock appeared as an alcoholic newspaper columnist sent to rehab in 28 Days, 2000. The film, a mix of dark comedy and melodrama, received tepid reviews, although her beauty pageant comedy Miss Congeniality 2000 did well at the box office. The Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood.
Yeah.
After
So the good movie flopped and the bad movie was...
I guess so.
That's par for the course in America.
Mm-hmm.
After a brief
Do
hiatus,
Miss Congeniality went well at the box office, but 28 Days flopped.
28 Days was a good movie. No, I
It
like
wasn't-
this Congeniality also.
I do too, but it's not...
Both
I mean,
of them are good in my opinion.
it's like predictable comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It does.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't have a place, right? There's
Right.
movies I like that have predictable comedy, but when you have a movie versus 28 Days versus Miss Congeniality,
I really think she should have played up her action hero thing more. You know what I mean? Like she's good in action movies. She's fun and she's got the body for it. She's got the looks for it.
I don't know if I could ever see her playing like a spy or anything.
No, I mean like
she always did real good at the damsel.
Yeah,
not
right,
always in distress, but
I don't
damsel.
know. I always liked her as like I thought she did great as like the badass too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, I don't disagree.
I liked her like that, but she didn't get enough of those roles though either. So whatever.
They like Miss Congeniality a lot. Do you think they could have given her a role like that where she's like the badass or whatever?
I will talk about that whenever she's done.
After a brief hiatus, Bullock returned in early 2002 with Murder by Numbers, a crime thriller in which she plays a detective responsible for tracking down a duo of thrill killers. During the same year, she also appeared in a film version of the best-selling novel The Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood and 2 Weeks' Notice, a romantic comedy starring Hugh Grant. Miss Congeniality 2 to Premonition. Dividing her time between comedy and drama, Bullock starred in Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous, 2005, in the romantic drama The Lake House with Speed co-star Reeves.
What was Premonition about?
It was the one where she was like living out the days of the murder or of the death of her husband, in like out of sequence. Like one day she wakes up and he's dead. The next day she wakes up and then turns out there's a possibility that he was having an affair on her and blah blah blah. And she's kind of like weighing whether or not she's sad that he's gonna die. It's a fucking wild.
Came out around Memento.
It was after. Yeah, way after. But no, it's not a bad movie. It's not as much of a mind fuck as Memento.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good movie. It was good. Had what's his name? Liv Shriver in it.
Oh.
He played the husband.
An infamous 2006 an adaptation of George Plimpton book about Truman Capote. She portrayed writer Harper Lee. Bullock then starred alongside Julian McMahon.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the domestic thriller Premonition, 2007, playing a wife and mother who tries to prevent her husband's death after experiencing a vision of his demise. The Proposal in 2009, Bullock returned to her romantic comedy roots with 2 projects. The Proposal featured Bullock as a tough-as-nails boss who must marry her assistant, played by Ryan Reynolds, to avoid being deported.
Oh, darn.
The movie became a huge box office smash that netted more than $300 million worldwide. All About Steve, 2009. However, proved to be a critical and commercial dud. In the film, Bullock plays a woman who becomes obsessed with the television cameraman played by Bradley Cooper after going on a blind date with him. The Blind Side. I watched this in middle school. It was a good movie.
Never seen it.
Never seen it?
Nah, not interested.
I'm not interested.
It was a good movie.
It's a complete fabrication.
I was gonna say there's all these plot problems that they had. And...
Hell, the actual kid who watched the movie said, "I can't believe they portrayed me like they portrayed him to be not an intelligent person," and he said, "That's not true at all. You made me look completely stupid." And he's like, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
And turns out like he wasn't like he had a higher IQ than they led him to believe. Why is your grandpa Jim calling me?
Good question. You should answer it.
I'm not going to answer that because
what is Grandpa Jim?
We're in the middle of a podcast.
I love my Grandpa
He'll have
Jim.
to wait.
Okay.
I don't know you. Click.
The Blind Side wins Bullock an Oscar. Bullock enjoyed a career breakthrough with the sports drama The Blind Side, 2009, based on the true life story of African-American professional football player Michael O'Hare.
Sure.
O'Hare?
Yeah.
Sure. She starred as Lee Ann Toy? Sure. A suburban wife and a mother who brings a homeless teenager into her family and helps him overcome his personal challenges. The touching drama earned Bullock an Academy Award for Best Actress. Did you leave a voicemail? Yeah. And she also won a Golden Globe for her work. The Heat. After the success After the success of The Blind Side, Bullock largely stepped out of Hollywood spotlight for a time. She made a tremendous return in 2013 with the box office hit The Heat with Melissa McCarthy. The duo played a pair of mismatched law enforcement agents out to take down a drug lord in his buddy comedy. The film made an
Movie was
impressive
garbage.
The film made an impressive debut, bringing in more than $40 million in its first weekend and going on to earn more than $220 million internationally.
Couldn't be. It made money at the box office, Joseph.
Gravity. Bullock followed with another huge success.
Followed?
Leave me alone. Bullock followed with another huge success in 2013, taking on the lead role of a medical engineer and astronaut in the film Gravity, directed by Alfonso Caron.
Sure.
Okay. And co-starring George Clooney. The blockbuster film was highly praised for its visually stunning effects and stellar performances, though it cost $80 million to create. The film raked in more than $720 million at the worldwide box office and generated a second Academy Award nomination for Bullock, with Caron winning 2 Oscars for his visionary direction and film editing. Advertisement continue reading below. Say it quietly. He doesn't understand.
I know what you're getting at, though.
Because he's a loud person. See? Nothing. Anyways, her role in Gravity, along with her role alongside McCarthy in The Heat, helped Bullock keep her career in the stratosphere, as she was named Entertainment Weekly's 2013 Entertainer of the Year. However, this wasn't the first time that the versatile actress found herself in the coveted position. In 2009, she was also named Entertainer of the Year for her roles in The Blind Side and The Proposal. Our brand is Crisis. In 2015, Bullock's voice could be heard inhabiting the character Scarlet Overkill in the animated feature Minions, which was an amazing movie, by the way.
I haven't seen it.
She was funny.
She was funny.
She's always been good at comedy.
Yeah. Then in the fall, she co-starred with Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob. It sounds like something I would name a character in a made-up book when I was like 6. Billy Bob.
He's kind of a badass, though.
Oh, I'm sure he is. They all are. In the political comedy, Our Brand is Crisis, or his parents hated him. Based on a well-received 2005 documentary about American consultants working with a Bolivian presidential candidate. Ocean 8 and Bird Box. Bird Box was such a good movie.
Bird Box was a good movie. It was a surprise hit on Netflix.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
She was the main character, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wondered why.
She actually did well in that movie. I'll give her credit for
I
that
agree.
one.
Like,
she did really well.
I liked how it was like, she was totally against the kids and like, but then she ends up being...
Yeah, by the end, she gives them names.
Yeah,
and
like I
everything
love
else.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. That was so good.
And she did a really good job of playing that, like, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, sort of... You know what I mean? Like, she did that really well.
I think it was her character's way of not
Yeah.
growing attached, even
Yeah.
though obviously there was no way around it.
Mhm.
So yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
I thought
liked
she
it.
was great in that movie.
Mhm.
Alright, where did it go? Oh, there it is. In 2018, Bullock led an all-star female cast, which included the likes of Kate Blanchett, Mindy Kaling,
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway, and Sarah Paulson in the heist comedy Ocean's 8, a spin-off of the Ocean's franchise by Steven Soderbergh.
Mm-hmm.
In the film, Bullock played Debbie Ocean, the estranged sister of Danny, who
What a
Danny
stupid
Ocean,
spin-off idea.
who
Oh,
carries
you've got a sister.
on the family
Well, they just-
tradition
Make them chicks who heist and give it the name. I mean, it doesn't have
Right,
to be...
like, why does it matter?
of being a professional thief.
They had a
Bullock-
good cast, though. Like, a huge, huge cast for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Bullock also starred in the 2018 Netflix thriller Bird Box. Doesn't say anything else about that. Personal life. Bullock married Jesse James, star of the TV.
Mistake. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mistake.
Uh,
Didn't he cheat on her with, like, Kat Von D or some shit? I mean, Kat Von D's cool and all, but
Kat
dude.
Von D's the girl you fuck around with.
Yeah, not the
Sandra
girl you
Bullock's the girl
marry.
you take home,
Yeah,
have babies with.
exactly. Yeah, she's the one you take home to the parents.
Sorry,
Kat Von D is the girl you party with and have fun with.
I mean, I'm sure that there's dudes out there for Kat Von D. I'm just saying, if you're married to Sandra Bullock,
people
you've
like
made
Nikki
it.
Sixx.
No, what I'm saying is like
Michelle
okay,
McGee.
if she got married, if he married Sandra Bullock, you made it, dude. Like, you don't have to keep looking. You're good.
Yeah.
She was
Dumbass.
a tattoo model. Her name was Michelle McGee.
Oh.
Kat Von D.
No, he got with Kat after.
Oh, okay.
That was like his next girlfriend
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
right.
Bullock married Jesse James, star of the TV hit Monster Garage. I take it that's about motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, he did Cars too, I believe.
On July.
I don't know.
Every now
The
and
first
then.
time I actually remember hearing his name and knowing who he was when he cheated on her.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that was when
Like,
I really...
okay, cool. Like, you're apparently famous.
Yeah, you're famous now that you cheated on Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
On July 16th, 2005. The couple divorced in June 2010 after news of his affair with tattoo model Michelle McGee hit the
I don't know who that is either.
tabloids.
Well, you can tell who won.
James later apologized for the incident, but Bullock filed for divorce and announced that she would retain sole custody of her newly adopted son, Luis.
Because she's a woman who knows her fucking worth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The actress later began dating model and photographer Brian Randall. In December 2015, Bullock announced that she had adopted a 3.5-year-old baby girl, Layla, from a Louisiana foster home. When I look at Layla, there's no doubt in my mind that she was supposed to be here, Bullock told People. I can tell you absolutely the exact right children came to me at the exact right time.
I will give it to actors who adopt out. Like, people are like, oh, they're just throwing their money. No, man. Give them credit where credit's due. They're taking in kids that parents didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they take in kids that need good homes. What's wrong with that? Don't hate on a fucking actor for throwing their money at something that they know is worth throwing at. Like, they're helping a child.
I
man.
mean, the only thing I can say is that we don't know what goes on at the homes. Are they raising
Right.
them or is it a nanny? But the bottom line
I don't know about you, but I've always, like, I don't like Angelina Jolie that much. But it seems like she takes pretty fucking good care of her kids, man.
Well, and she
takes them on
she
red
had,
carpets
what,
and everything else.
just Shiloh biologically, or maybe there was the other. Maybe there was a
Yeah,
second
her and
one.
Brad Pitt had a kid
Jesus.
together.
Yeah,
they
Shiloh.
had-
Yeah.
The only reason I know that is because now Shiloh's a boy or something. But
That's who
been in
he
the news
cheated on her
recently.
with. Yeah, wee. Wee.
Oh,
I
A
can't
tattoo
see
model.
it.
okay then.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen her
Her
before,
fucking
though.
forehead is tattooed. Like, I might as well say reject.
Wow.
I mean, I like tattoos and all, but no.
No, I'm good.
I could never look at that face and take her seriously.
Especially competing against Sandra Bullock.
That's what
dude.
I'm saying. Like, when you've got, fucking steak at home, I'm not gonna eat fucking chicken nuggets.
No.
Is that it? Are you done?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Ugh.
Favorite Sandra Bullock movie? Yeah, I'm good on that. Her bangs really get on my nerves.
Oh
She
yeah.
probably got the bangs so she cover up her forehead tattoo.
She looks like a rejected Elvira.
Look at that.
I was gonna say she looks like a rejection.
Are her
a
eyebrows
rejected
tattooed?
Elvira.
Yeah, her eyebrows
yes,
are tattooed
they
on.
are.
Oh boy.
Oh man, that's.
I hope he did it with her in the dark.
It was accidental.
Yeah, that was his excuse. I thought it was you, honey.
Yeah, I tripped and fell in.
Literally.
What'd she look like in 2005?
In
Who cares?
2005, probably not any better.
Madison. This bitch is ugly.
This
now.
bitch is ugly.
Oh, second.
I can't.
That's that fucking Jesse James sex scandal money right there, paying for that forehead tattoo.
No shit. She knew what she was doing. She ain't no dummy.
Yeah.
There you go, Jesse James. Yeah, that's even
Yeah,
worse.
I was gonna
I
say
know,
she's worse.
blonde.
She's worse.
uh,
Good lord. All right. Anyway,
nope.
Back to what we were talking about.
yeah, the real winner here.
Yeah.
Just be glad that it happened early enough to where you could just get rid of his ass.
Right. 5 years ain't nothing.
Yeah. All right. So, favorite Sandra Bullock movies?
Murder by
Minions.
Numbers.
Minions, Murder by Numbers.
Oh man.
Or 28 Days, but I'm gonna go with Murder by Numbers.
No, I want to say Proposal. I enjoyed that shit out
Proposal?
of that movie.
See, mine. I was thinking Murder by Numbers, but I couldn't take her seriously as like this sort of like I don't know, gruff sort of detective. I couldn't take her that way because she's just too pretty for it. You know what I mean?
Because it painted her in the beginning as this sort of like, I can't take care of myself, blah blah blah. That was her past.
Right, I get that,
but she can do it.
I couldn't take that serious. Not from her. You know what I mean? And then also, I was gonna say, I hate it when she plays the sort of like what she did in Miss Congeniality, where she was the I'm not attractive, men don't find me attractive. Bitch, you're Sandra Bullock. Like,
well, it's kind of like when they
I don't care, dude. You could roll out of bed after a bender, like, and you're.
Well, it's like they remade Carrie, and they cast Chloe Grace Moretz as Carrie. Are you fucking stupid? I'm supposed to believe that she's not attractive.
Yeah, like she doesn't have guys at school. Like
Sissy Spacek was perfect.
She was perfect
cast.
for it. Yeah,
she was a perfect cast because you can doll her up, make her pretty.
Or you can make her ugly.
Or you can make her ugly. I mean, you can't do that with Sandra Bullock.
That's like She's All That. Remember She's All That?
Yeah.
That girl in that movie was not believe. Every nerdy dude in school would have been all over that girl.
Right.
But anyway, my favorite movie of hers would have to be. I really like her in Bird Box because I love her character. I thought she did great in that movie.
Was a really good movie too.
But I'm gonna go with Demolition Man. I fucking love that movie.
Oh yeah,
Demolition Man's a shit. It's just so much of my and she was awesome in that movie as this like naive
murder, death, kill,
goofy like cop. You know what I mean? Like murder, death, kill. Like this kind of dingy, good cop.
I like the naivety that she had.
I thought she was great in that movie. I love her, and but she can't shake the romantic comedy movies. Like Love Potion Number 9 is awesome. Like I watched it movie 100 times when I was a kid.
Love Potion Number 9.
Like so, like that was one that I believed that she was.
I love the story.
Like that movie was good. That movie was really good.
I love the story.
But Demolition Man's all the way. Like I love that movie to death. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on here and let's
talk about the movie.
Motherfucker, keep forgetting about this. Let's try that again. Let's talk
about the movie.
Yeah.
Stupid fucking picture.
Go away.
All right, Karen, you got that plot synopsis?
Jack Trevin, an LAPD cop on SWAT detail, and veteran SWAT officer Harry Temple thwart an extortionist bomber scheme for $3 million ransom. As they corner the bomber, he flees and detonates a bomb vest, seemingly killing himself. Weeks later, Jack witnesses a mass transit city bus explode and nearby a payphone rings. On the phone is that same bomber looking for vengeance and the money he's owed. He gives a personal challenge to Jack. A bomb is rigged on another city bus. If it slows down below 50 miles per hour, it will explode. Bad enough any day, but a nightmare in LA traffic. And that's just the beginning. Boy, somebody really had fun writing that one. 1 hour and 56 minutes, rated R. Keanu Reeves is Jack Trevin. Dennis Hopper is Howard Payne. Sandra Bullock is Annie. Jeff Daniels is Harry. That's all we need to know.
If they drop the F-bombs in this movie, it'd easily just be a PG-13 movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, literally, the only thing that makes this an R-rated movie are all the... Like, there's a few fucks in it.
Yeah.
If they would have just dropped those F-bombs, it would have been a PG-13 movie all day. And I'm pretty sure the score was done by the same guy that did the score for Bad Boys, because it's the same fucking score. The same score.
Wouldn't this one have come out earlier, though?
Yeah, this was before, I believe.
Because I think that's one of the things that's done right in this movie.
Is the score? It's the same as Bad Boys. It's in all the Bad Boys movies.
I don't remember the score for
It
Bad
sounds
Boys.
exactly the same.
I've seen this movie way more times than I've seen Bad Boys.
Oh, not me. The first Bad Boys is fucking shit.
I'm just saying, like, it goes so well with the movie, so if they put it in Bad Boys, they fucked up. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Who in my house? The devil.
All right. So, what'd you watch? What'd you recommend, Madison?
Yeah.
She would because of Keanu Reeves.
Sure would.
She was like, Crystal, you
That's
think he's
8 points
attractive?
right there.
She's like, you think he's attractive? She looked at me like, what? Who are you looking at me for? I would fuck him. Like, you know what I mean? Like old, like young Keanu Reeves. Like, who wouldn't?
I'd fuck him now.
And I was like, why, Madison? Do you think he's cute? She's like, yes, I do. I was like, and usually for Madison, it's always anime guys for some reason. It's the first.
Hasn't been like that
Probably
since
one of
2020.
the first times I've ever heard her actually say a man on TV was attractive. She's growing into a woman. She's no longer finding cartoons attractive. Real people now.
That's not true.
You still find cartoons attractive?
No.
You said it's not true. I was just trying to figure out which part of it wasn't true.
Let's talk about the movie. Oh my god.
Just get all
Love
flustered
you,
now.
mean it. She's like, fuck you, Dad.
Face.
For me, I think I would definitely watch again. I've seen this movie hundreds of times, and I would definitely recommend it. If you haven't seen Speed, it's like one of the quintessential action movies.
Especially for Keanu.
Yeah, it's definitely one of Keanu's like.
This is probably the movie that made me fall in love with Keanu Reeves. Just because,
Yeah.
like, any movie before this, like, yeah, okay, he's cute. Like, even,
But this, he's like a bona fide.
but even like Point Break, okay, because people point out Point Break and say, you know, well, that was his first foray into being an action star. You're right, that's true.
Then-
But he's
However,
not, yeah, he's front and center, but he's also got to compete with Patrick Swayze.
well, not
You
just
know,
that.
like-
In that movie, it's more like a cop goes to like take down bad guys, realizes the bad guys aren't so bad, and then proceeds to hang out with them for most of the movie.
yeah,
Right.
So, like, I don't really count that one. I would count Speed more because, like, you see him running towards the danger over and over and over again in this movie. He's a bona fide fucking hero.
yeah.
And so, like, you know, watching this as, you know, when you're young, you're like, oh, hello.
I think at the
I
very
mean-
beginning, though, whenever he's just chomping on that gum, I'm like, dude, spit the gum out. Like, it's getting...
That was actually a
like...
decision between Keanu Reeves and the director, Jan de Bont. Is that how you say
Yeah,
his name?
yeah, I think so.
Anyway, that was a decision between them because I didn't quite understand this, so I didn't put it in trivia, but it was something about his character being able to think better while he's chewing gum or while he's
chewing it very obnoxiously.
I'm just I don't know.
If he was just casually chewing, it'd be fine.
There wasn't any gum in his mouth.
Oh, that's why it looks so...
And that was on purpose because they thought that if they kind of over exaggerated it, the audience would think that was sort of his like shtick or something. I don't know. I didn't understand it, so I didn't leave it in because I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it
so
was weird. Anyway.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I would recommend.
Me too. For both, I've seen it a million times, and I'll probably watch it at least, I don't know, twice more.
At least twice more before I die.
Yeah, but yeah, you should watch it if you haven't.
What about you, Eric?
Well, yes.
Shut the fuck up. Of course you would.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Enough of your shit.
All right.
Get the fuck out. Just get the
Madison,
fuck
you
out.
reading the movie?
No, it's just over here. Alright.
Fuck your own face!
That's exactly what I was thinking.
He was waiting for Eric to just read his mind real quick. In Los Angeles, an unidentified man trapped several off... Oh my gosh. Do I have to read this? I'm just kidding.
So
No,
if you want
you
me to read
don't.
it, I'll read it.
I thought he was gonna smack me.
She did. She's like,
When have I ever smacked you?
Shut up!
I don't fuck. It's not like I walk around the house just randomly smacking the shit out of you. Well, like in the face? Oh, I guess I do. Like, yes, I do.
Yeah, I like how she wasn't answering. I'm like, there's more to this. I was just waiting.
Yeah, I walk in to give her a hug, like, bat, and walk away. You're right. I am mean to my kids.
In such a loving way.
I just gotta let him answer his own questions real quick.
Yeah, just let him talk long enough. He'll get it.
I gotta think about it. Like, oh yeah, maybe I do fuck with you.
We
quite a bit.
we don't
Like,
hug our kids. Us as dads, we don't. It's
Can I have a hug?
a
No.
smack. It's
No.
usually a smack.
like I don't mind giving my kids hugs, but like when they lean on me and shit and hover me, I'm like, get the fuck away
That's
from me.
when you gotta like wrap your arms around him, wait for him to walk away so they drag you.
He does. Yeah, they do that actually. I'm like, get off.
They learn
Only
from
because
her.
we know he hates it though. Like he makes it so obvious that he hates it that it's funny.
And it's inevitable. Every week that I'm like, I'm upstairs prepping for the podcast. I'm up there doing like, thumbnails and all that shit. Gavin and Jackson are there asking me 100 fucking questions. Like, dude, you see I'm doing something. Go away. Well, Dad, I need to ask you about this. Okay, and then I'll answer it, and then I'll go back to doing what I'm doing. And then Gavin will just stand there and hover me, and I'm like, anything else? No. Why are you hovering then? Oh, I don't know.
What do you want?
Go away. Go. It's just so annoying. Just get the fuck away from me.
Anyways, are you done talking about you? Jesus.
Never.
Oh,
We established this, remember, like 4 podcasts ago.
like every podcast.
This is
because
this
that's all he
this
does.
podcast should be called the Joseph Podcast, not the Bonsai Movie Crew. It's just the Joseph's Crew. Let's talk about Joseph Podcast.
Technically, you are bonsai.
Do you not know your dad?
No, I know. That's why I learned to just sit quietly in a
Are you
corner
picking your back right now?
and let
I'm
him like talk about
I'm waiting for her
himself.
to eat whatever she's picking off of her back.
Ooh,
There's
that's
like
a keeper.
a bump there. Okay?
Just a keep.
There's a bump on my
Get
back.
away! Get it away! It's too late.
But it's like, it's just a bump. It might be a mole, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well read the. You're grossing me the fuck out, man. I know
I've
that
never
much.
seen my back before.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
what if it's one of those weird freckles?
Everybody's still like, oh man,
What if it's a hole?
Madison's so cute. She's so adorable. And then she's over like, I got something on my back. Like, ew, what is that? You know what I mean? Like,
But it's not doing anything.
And I'm over here
That's
like,
just why
Madison,
I'm
don't
freaked
eat it.
out. Whatever.
Dad, I got a hole in my back. You look at it.
yeah, what is this crevice in my back?
It's probably my collarbone. Or my shoulder blade.
All right. Yeah, I hope it's your shoulder blade, not your collarbone.
It's been a while since I've done anatomy, but
Karen's like,
Pretty sure your
"That's not
collarbone's in the
right."
front.
Collarbones in the back. We got some.
I know,
we
my
got some
collarbone,
issues.
this is my
you hit her
collarbone,
too
right?
hard. Her head was on backwards.
Apparently I smacked her too many times.
Oh man, if only he would
Piece of
stop.
crumb cake.
This is my collarbone.
Yeah.
These are my shoulder blades.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. Hold on. I'm What? You guys still talking about me?
No.
Put that cookie down!
Do you want it?
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
God is for the weak.
You're too much.
Sorry to all you
You're
Christian
too
people.
much.
I'm too much.
Both of you.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Just read this shit.
Someone said that to me the other day. I was at work and they were like, "You're killing me, Smalls," and I'm like, you know what? I get that a lot, mainly on Tuesdays.
Yeah, you
Mainly
do.
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Only on Tuesdays.
In Los Angeles, an unidentified man trapped several office workers inside a skyscraper elevator using small, remotely detonated C4 bombs. He demands $3 million, threatening to detonate the emergency brakes that are preventing the elevator from plunging to the down the shaft. Los Angeles Police Department SWAT members Jack Traven,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and Harry Temple can sneak inside the shaft. Though the bomber blows the brakes with 3 minutes left in the hour-long time limit he gave, Jack and Harry manage to rescue the hostages before the elevator falls. They track the bomber to the building's freight elevator, where the man takes Harry hostage. Jack shoots Harry in the leg as Harry told him to, forcing the man to drop him. Jack tries to follow, but another explosion occurs and the bomber appears to have been caught in the debris. Sometime later, Jack and
Hold on. So the explosion, you can't tell me that there was no did they not investigate that explosion and realize there's no body part here.
Look,
there's no
I kind of regret watching this.
now. I've got a lot of issues
Dude, you
with
ain't
this
kidding.
movie.
Like, I love this movie, like,
Yeah.
from the bottom of my soul. And then when we were going to watch
but
it,
as
I
an
was like,
adult, you're like,
I was like, yes, let's watch that. There's nothing wrong with this movie. And then, like, you proceed to watch it, and you're like,
There's some
everything's wrong
glaring
with this movie. There is
holes in
so
this
many
movie.
glaring
Yeah.
holes.
Yeah, but Keanu Reeves looks good, so it's
yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I still love the movie. Okay, let's be real. I'm not gonna be like, this is a 2 now. Like, it's not.
Right, yeah, it's not that.
No.
But like the explosion, I'm like, so did you just think it was normal that he evaporated into nothing? Like, and then how about this? You didn't think to search for fingerprints? Dude wasn't wearing any gloves.
Well, and I also have this question.
He only had 9 fingers, so.
They acted like, him
9
shooting
finger
Harry
bite.
was some amazing thing, right? Like, oh, you saved his life by shooting him. What stops
You
him from
shot
shooting
me.
Harry in the fucking head then? Like, you done fucked me, I'm gonna fuck you, right? Like, so he shot him in the leg and then he goes, oh, I can't take you with me, and then just walks out. No, he's a fucking crazy person. He'd shoot him in the head and then run out.
Yeah,
He's already lost his leverage.
yeah.
So what's stopping
I
him from
think it
killing Harry?
stunned him a little bit that the cop would shoot his own partner.
That's a hell of a gamble.
I know. He took it.
Like,
though.
I'm telling you, that's not a gamble that they're going to win very
That's not
often.
a gamble you're willing to take.
Well, they're not going to win very often. A madman does not give a shit.
No.
I mean, like, what does he care? He's already done for.
That whole part there where he blew himself up or supposedly blew himself up, I'm like, really?
Mhm.
Really?
I thought, until I read that thing there, I never put two and two together that they thought he was dead. I thought that they just, he got away. We'll get him later.
No, they presumed that he was dead.
I know. I get that now.
Yeah, they
Holy
thought he
shit.
was dead.
Are they dumb?
Yeah, I was like, really? Like, they're getting wards and shit. They're like, he's not, like, because from watching the movie, it was like, they very much made it seem like, yeah, he's dead.
I thought they were getting awards for saving that many people's lives.
that's what I thought,
that's
too,
what
when
I
I was a
thought.
kid.
Because they never really say, oh, he's dead, we can move
Oh,
on.
no, I got the idea that they presumed he was dead.
I never got that
I
idea.
didn't get that
Oh,
idea,
you didn't?
yeah.
I did. Because I had never gotten that before until this
I
time. I'm
never
like,
got that
they think
before.
he's dead. He's not, like, did they
Yeah.
not search
I never
for
got that
DNA?
before. I didn't get it now. I thought...
It's like you said, we said during Kick-Ass, Red Mist. Like,
Yeah.
his DNA
He
would
is
be
Red
all
Mist.
over that fucking place.
100%.
And I got another question that kind of irritated me too. That fucking intro was super fucking long.
Yeah.
It really was.
Holy shit.
It's a tall
I said the
building.
same. Chris Madison's like, how long is this intro? I was like, whenever you see the director's name, that's when you know it's about done.
No, I said this is a tall building.
Yeah, well, I figured you were referring to the
I
length
was.
of the intro.
But
It's
a
like
good
30
joke.
seconds of just...
That was longer than that, dude. It was like
It was-
2 minutes. Yeah.
I think he wanted to
Jesus.
show off his miniature. That's what that was.
Is that what it
was?
was?
A
It was a
miniature,
miniature?
of a elevator shaft.
Holy
It
shit.
kind of just went down an elevator shaft.
I think you'd have to light that thing.
That's true, yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah.
cheaper to just do a miniature and hand
There's a
your
lot of
camera
things
down.
in this movie that I'm like, that's a miniature? There's a lot of things in this
He
movie. Like,
likes
that's got to be a
miniatures.
miniature. Like the train thing.
Yeah.
Like, that had to have been a miniature.
That was a miniature, I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't remember. They did explain how that was done, but I do know that the train wasn't actually a train. It was a bus.
That makes
kinda
sense because it
looked
looked like a
like
bus.
Like at the end when it
Yeah.
comes out, it's
Yeah.
a bus. Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, that
There's some
doesn't look like a
ridiculous
train.
shit in this movie. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
Sometime later, Jack and Harry are commended for their actions, and Harry is promoted to detective with a desk job while his leg heals. The morning after the two are honored, Jack witnesses.
How did he
the
get detective and not Jack? Jack's the one who figured everything out.
Well, they
Jack's
have
the
to,
one with all the hunches. Like, no, I think he's down there in that elevator.
They have to paint him as like sort of an underdog, because the audience is gonna totally fall for that more.
Right.
Well, he had to get a death shot because he was injured.
That's true.
So-
Yeah.
Well, it's probably because he got shot. He had that one leg up on Jack.
Ooh, puns.
Man, when you get when you get
One leg
shot,
down.
Got one leg up.
when you get shot, I mean that's sort of like he automatically gets a medal and a bump in pay.
The morning after the two are honored, Jack witnesses the destruction of a Santa Monica Transit commuter bus.
Computer bus.
The future is now.
The future is now.
Which
It
kills
just
its
turned into
driver.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Too bad it didn't have the foam in it.
what?
The foam.
Oh, from Demolition Man.
Answering a nearby ringing
The
payphone,
life-saving foam.
Jack discovers the bomber had escaped the building explosion. The bomber informs him that another bus is rigged with a bomb that will activate when the bus exceeds 50 miles per hour and then will detonate when it falls below that.
Okay.
He demands a $3.7 million ransom to deactivate
Shortest
the
movie
device
ever.
and warns that he will set it off manually if Jack tries to remove the passengers. Jack races to catch up to the bus and manages to get on, but only after it passes 50 miles per hour.
So wouldn't it have just been easier though? And this was Jeremiah, by the way. I didn't even think about this. To just call dispatch, the bus dispatch. Like this is the biggest glaring hole to me. Call bus dispatch. Tell them what
The
bus
bus
it is because he knows. But hold on. I know where you're going. So you call and they say, well, that bus already left. And well, okay, call them though. Call them because they have a radio.
Right.
Call the radio, tell them what's going on. So then you don't have this highway shenanigans where he says bomb on bus and they almost stop the motherfucker. At least if they radio them, they can say, there's a bomb on the bus. Did you go above 50 miles an hour? Yes. Okay, well, you have to stay above 50 miles an hour now or else it will blow up.
I think the whole ploy
The
is
whole-
to
the
get
plot
Jack
could-
on the bus.
Sure, the plot could. Well, yeah, but
For
then
the
they say,
movie.
"Hey, we've got a cop on the way. He's going to help.
Right.
He's already en route."
Yeah.
It doesn't stop anything from happening necessarily,
Yeah, I guess
but
you're right.
it does clear up a huge glaring plot hole.
Yeah.
Just to have them call dispatch. It doesn't
Dispatch.
change
And then
the
Save that
trajectory
dude's
of
car.
the movie.
You know what I mean? That dude's car would have been fine if he would have just called dispatch.
Right, and
Poor guy.
I mean, it was funny, but like the only thing that would have changed the
Can I
plot.
take your phone? Take it, man.
Yeah, the only thing that would have changed the plot is if they called and like, "Have you gone above 50 miles an hour?" No, okay, stop the bus. But
well,
that
then I think
wouldn't-
it would just blow the bus.
Well,
then.
but then the whole thing is like it doesn't really matter. Like you can call dispatch, you can still have that glaring plot hole removed, and still carry on with the movie.
Yeah, but the whole action sequence of him getting on the bus is more fun.
He would still have to do that though. He'd still have to figure out a way to get on the bus while it's moving
That's true.
because
But,
he was
yeah.
already en route. So he could have just been like, "Hey, is this dispatch? Yeah, I'm on my way, but you need to get a hold of this bus and tell him what's going on." So then he doesn't have to fight.
Yeah, but Jack's more of an act first, think later kind of
No
guy.
shit. But I'm just saying, like, as a real world or not even real world.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a glaring
That's
plot.
obviously that's
So,
what you would do in
Even still, like, he would probably like, okay, so if you called dispatch and said like, okay, the bus hasn't gotten over 50, right?
Well, I'm
Well,
going to go with
well,
the assumption that
okay.
it already did.
Okay, say the bus didn't get over 50, right? Now the bomber would still probably be like, okay, well, I'm going to blow the bus up if people start getting off the bus.
Yeah, no, I get
so
that.
keep everyone on the bus,
Mm-hmm.
but at least now the bus ain't got to worry about going over 50. It's just going to have to stay where it's at and just
Yeah.
keep the people on the
Yeah,
bus.
either way, I'm saying that the plot can still go forward.
Whoa. That's the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
She said cruise control.
Oh, you hush. Yeah, no, that was probably to me like the biggest
Stop.
glaring. Why did you do that?
Right. And that's it too. Like if you would have called dispatch before they got above 50 miles an hour, you could have told them to stop. But then again, I think he would have blown the bus if that had happened.
Well, I think if you're going to acknowledge the plot hole, the best way to have it still moving forward is if the bus has already hit 50
miles an hour, yeah.
That's the best way.
But this way was more fun. So
Yeah. Well, he
you
still
know
would
what
have
could
had
have made it even
he's
better?
The only thing you're removing from that
is the whole chase sequence.
well,
Yeah.
no, not so much. It's more the
The
bomb on bus.
bomb on bus.
That's the only part you remove.
Yeah, but it was a cool scene whenever it hit the window, and that's what you saw.
Yeah.
So.
Or maybe he could just recreate that and say, "I'm Jack. I'm here to help." He was wearing like
I'm Jack. I'm here to help.
I mean, because he was wearing regular clothes. So how do they know that's the cop that's coming to them?
Sure, yeah.
I'm saying there's ways you can still have the movie still
Plot
have
twist.
these.
Jack was actually the
sequences.
guy who put the bomb on the bus.
Yes.
M. Night Shyamalan
That's
directed
speed,
it.
that's Speed 3.
Speed 3.
I'm the bomb.
I'm the bomb.
Anyways.
You let me on. I'm the bomb. That's terrible.
Anyways.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
God damn.
It's
Like
bad.
Speed 3.
Karen,
That's the name of
Karen.
it. Speed 3. I'm the bomb.
I'm the
Karen.
bomb. Jack's Revenge.
Jack's Revenge.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Karen, it's bad whenever I'm not laughing at it, dude.
It's
I laugh at
hilarious.
everything, okay?
It's hilarious.
This is not funny.
I'm telling you,
It's
it is
because Karen's
hilarious.
got the whole movie plot played out in her head right now.
Yeah, I've got.
Karen's
I've got
like,
this,
I got
I've got
this.
this Speed 3.
I already got
through
this
my
shit
head.
wrote.
Contact you for ideas, huh?
Oh yeah, contact me. I've got it.
And she's calling M. Night Shyamalan to direct.
No.
Yeah,
no,
what the twist?
No, I'm gonna get
I just kind of went racist.
Oh, don't do that. That's bad.
You what?
He went in another direction with it. I.
Allah.
Oh no. No, there's no Allah jihads on this shit, dude.
No.
That shit's in the past.
He's
you know?
it's Jack that's the bomb, right? We've already determined this, so he can't do that. Can't go that direction unless he converts.
Unless we went like
Can they-
Homeland,
yeah, unless he went
Homeland with
convert-
it, you know what I mean?
Converted.
Could.
You know what I mean? Where he was like converted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he wasn't in Speed.
I was
Two.
thinking Quentin Tarantino should be the director.
Ooh.
And then we could do it
be a lot more
non-sequentially.
dialogue.
No, we do it non-sequentially.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
See?
Anyways. While
But then
Jack,
there's gonna be some racist shit in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a given.
while
We'll
Jack,
figure out ways. Go on.
while Jack,
Anyway.
What about the
Oh, that's lost.
What? I don't need it right now.
It's gone now.
I karate chopped that shit into the abyss
But you didn't.
with my shoulder. I didn't use my hand. I was faking it out with my hand, and then I hit it with my shoulder like a motherfucker.
It's like the video I
Are you
sent
sure
you
you didn't
earlier.
smash
I was like,
me?
I was dying.
Are you sure it
I
wasn't
sent
your
her a
face that
video
karate
earlier
chopped?
No,
you?
it wasn't. I didn't hit my face. I hit my shoulder.
Mm.
If it was my face, I said, yeah, I karate chopped that shit with my face.
Anyways. While Jack explains the situation to the driver, Sam, a paranoid passenger, thinking Jack is there to arrest him, threatens Jack with a gun and fires, striking Sam in the arm by accident while being subdued. Another passenger, Annie Porter, takes over as Sam is cared for while Jack restrains the paranoid passenger and informs the rest of the situation. With advice from the police, Jack has Annie drive the bus off the busy freeway, through city streets and eventually onto an incomplete 105 freeway devoid of traffic.
I loved when she said that she didn't have her license. That's literally like my favorite part in the movie. So you don't have my license, and he's like, "You mind me asking why?" And she's like, "Speeding."
It's like,
Perfect.
you should
Perfect.
know I just had my license revoked.
He said, for
what?
what? For speeding?
Speeding.
I think you'll be okay then.
I think she's gonna get it back after this. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah, let's go ahead and give her license back.
No shit, after that fucking maneuver she did with not flipping the bus, I think she's okay.
Well, not to mention, I don't know, man.
She
You
went
know
on
how
to
many
be a stunt
insurance
driver.
claims? You know how many insurance claims she's got now with all them cars she's hit? Like, she's gonna be.
That's
I mean,
the city.
That's
I
the
know,
city.
but
Yeah.
still.
But I'll tell you what, we did decide Speed 2 doesn't exist. They ended up together and had babies.
Mm.
It is very disappointing.
It is. So we're just gonna go. Didn't happen.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. I think that's honestly why the movie flopped.
Yeah.
That's got to be the biggest reason why the movie flopped, because Keanu wasn't in it, but she was, and it's like, no.
No. Yeah.
We don't care about Annie on her own. We care about
And
Annie
what's
and
funny
Jack.
is, like, they
Mhm.
actually had a crush on each other
I
They did.
know,
throughout the
and
entire
they-
filming of this
and
movie.
they didn't say anything.
And they didn't say anything to each other about it. They had the hots for each other.
What a missed opportunity.
never
They
said
would have been
anything.
so good
Yeah,
together.
you're like, you realize you guys could have been a power couple in Hollywood.
like
They
they
would've been.
Her with
and
him.
and they still would be together, and they'd have.
Oh, they would definitely
babies,
still be
and
together.
that's where I'm going.
Yeah, they would still be together, and they'd still have beautiful. Their kids would be actors right now.
All right.
That would be a power couple. That right there would have been better than Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, all that shit. Like, they would be the power couple in Hollywood.
Agreed.
The police soon arrive to escort the bus while news helicopters fly overhead and report on the story. Jack, with the help of passengers, can describe the bomb on the undercarriage to Harry. Harry focuses on a
Could've
cheap
been our
gold
age.
watch that is part of the bomb's mechanism. Jack convinces the bomber to allow them to offload Sam to a police flatbed truck to get medical attention. But another passenger, Helen, who cannot stand to stay on the bus any longer, attempts to follow. Unfortunately, the bomber sees Helen trying to escape and detonates a smaller bomb under the bus's stairs, sending her to the pavement where she is crushed by its tires. Jack assumes the bomber is monitoring the situation and has the trailing helicopters cleared out. The police discover that the incomplete freeway has a gap in an overpass, and Jack directs Andy to go at full speed, allowing them to clear it.
This part really bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Shortly
it's
after-
total bullshit.
Yeah. There's no way that bus. For one, there is no. They're talking about an incline. There's no fucking incline.
No.
It's
And
like
he
this.
was talking about the fact that you have to go up
Yeah.
to get to. But here's the problem.
What did they
With the-
ramp off of? Some skids?
Well, that,
That's what it looked like.
And, okay, a billion-ton bus
A billion
going
ton?
up, going up an incline. I don't know how much it weighs.
I don't know how much a
I
bus
know it weighs
weighs
a lot
either.
more than my
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
Only went to
So-
70.
Yeah, it's got to reach 70 miles an hour to make that jump.
Which is ridiculous.
Where we
Okay.
go, we don't need no roads.
Yeah. So, but how's that going to happen with the weight of that thing and going up an incline?
It's gonna
It's
go.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, that incline is like this. And they ramp it. And it lands great, too. Like
It goes like this.
it makes it without... Yeah, and it does this number, like... Well,
That's the funny thing is like, okay, so they used
Hey, it's catapulted.
Yeah, I
they
was
used
like, what the fuck?
the second bus jump from when they were filming, because the first one landed too perfectly. And it broke cameras because it didn't land as where they thought it would land. It landed further.
Because they launched it too much?
No, it landed like almost flat. Like it just like it was a perfect landing, and it landed on the cameras because it went further than they thought it would.
And it landed.
Can we talk about, hold on, we need to even talk about the issue at hand. Like, them just flying in at the very beginning in that car. Like, what was that? Them ramping in at the beginning.
Oh.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, when they
At
first...
the very beginning, like the first thing you see before you even see Jack and Harry,
Yeah.
they ramp in the cop car.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what the fuck?
We even had that conversation, like, why are we starting this way? Like,
That's what I
okay,
said. I
like,
looked,
what the
as soon as
fuck?
that happened, I looked right at Madison. I was like, really?
I don't remember
Like,
this part.
Maybe that's how he knew to ramp the bus.
It was
Maybe that
so
some
like, it was
kind of
like, really, like ramped in and like, I was like, hey, really? Like,
We're starting off this
way.
This
All right.
dramatic.
Okay.
Maybe that was supposed to be like our clue that he knew what he was doing when it came to recklessly driving the bus. I don't know,
because
but
I think he was coming in and he was like, hey, Harry,
It's a
watch this.
stretch.
I'm going to hit this fucking hill, dude, right before, like, you know what I mean? Like, they were on their way to the fucking the
As
hotel
Harry
or
just
whatever.
goes,
Harry's like, oh, God, please, man, you know,
what did he say?
I'm
Like,
about to make detective. Please don't kill me.
yeah, what did he say? Like, guts will get you so far and then they'll get you killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that tells you all you need to know
Yeah.
about their relationship.
But he's just like, I could see that conversation happening right before he hits
That's
that.
what I'm
ring.
saying.
Harry,
He's like-
Harry, dude, check
he's
this
like,
out.
watch
Watch,
this.
watch.
And Harry's like,
he's like, God damn it, you're going to give me a fucking heart attack.
I'm getting too old for this
Don't
shit.
fucking talk, fuck!
Honestly, let's face
What
it.
are you doing?
Let's face it.
You
Danny-
stupid fuck!
Danny Glover would have been perfect in his position. I'm getting too old for this shit.
I really like Jeff Daniels in this role. Though.
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
he was
did.
great. And his death scene
He brought
awesome.
an amount of heart to it that.
Well, his
He
death
just
scene was
stares
great
at
because
the
he just
ball.
stares at it like he knew he was fucked.
Yeah.
He had that look on
But
his
see,
face
that's
like,
why I like Jeff
"Oh."
Daniels for the role, because his face conveys everything you need to know in that scene.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to say anything. I don't know a whole lot of actors that can do that, but Jeff Daniels is one of them where he can convey a lot of emotion.
You could literally see his fucking heart drop into his stomach.
Yeah, he's just like...
Like, that's all that was.
Well, I'm just gonna sit here and catch it then.
like, fuck, I'm
like-
dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
That was
normal
it.
people would be like,
That was
flinch and start to run, but-
No point
well,
running now.
This is it. That was that moment. This is it.
Yeah, he's like, I signed up for this. I mean,
I would love to see.
So much for that gold watch.
I would love to see like interviews with people that were on the highway when he was trying to get on the bus. Can you imagine all the cars behind them? What the fuck are you doing? What is this guy doing? Like you would.
That's another thing. Whenever he was trying to get on the bus and shit, he takes the door off, right?
And he slams on the brakes. Can you imagine doing that?
There's
on
the
the freeway?
car still behind
That's
him,
what I'm
and they're just
saying.
going at the same pace as he is.
Yeah, they're like,
Like,
oh,
they're-
this is normal,
Yeah, this is normal LA traffic. You know what I mean?
right? Like that's what I like when he. It's exactly that scene too that I had that thought, because up until then you're like, okay, he's trying to get on the bus, but then he slams on the
Yeah.
brakes and it's like that's not a thing.
He slams on the brakes, takes off the door, and the cars are still trailing him right behind him. I'm like, no, like,
Right?
no?
Did
I don't
that.
know if that was you, but if that was me, but like, and I'm behind somebody, and I see him slam on the brakes, take the door off a car, and trying to leap onto a van or a bus. I'm pulling off.
I'm
I'm
sure
pulling
those
off.
people-
the
way the
median.
fuck off.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm gonna
not.
pull over. I'm just gonna wait this
But-
out.
Yeah.
like, don't you think that those people were maybe paid to be there like that?
Well, yes.
Well,
but
yeah,
the
but
point is that it didn't.
if it
seem
was
very
like
realistic.
normal,
if it was it was
Oh,
actually
you're talking
going,
about
yeah,
the movie.
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
this was real. Like, yeah, no, I would be.
And the whole
off.
time that
Like-
he's like jumping onto the bus and everything, everybody's just all driving around like, huh, look at that guy.
Yeah.
That's
Weird.
normal.
No, because
Yeah,
whenever
he was already in a car, but he had to get on that bus. Makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
because the last time me and Crystal went to date, and there was this whole truck on fire in the middle of the road, and like I kept looking back at it. I'm like, is anybody gonna call anybody? Because the guy was just standing outside his car on his phone, like he was waiting for like maybe a firefighter to show up or something. But he seemed not at all like.
What are you gonna do?
Disturbed.
Pee on it?
Yeah, like
But,
at
like-
that point, like well,
maybe
it's already on fire.
Well, it was like up in
At least it's
Listen,
warm.
It was up in flames. Okay, you don't think maybe it's gonna blow or something? Like
I would
you
say if it
don't
was going
know.
to, it would have already.
The odds are of it
Well-
actually getting in the gas tank to cause an explosion are pretty slim to nil, even with a fully engulfed car.
Well then,
That's one thing Hollywood gets completely wrong.
Well, then that's like I'm looking behind.
Unless you're
me at
like
the other
a
people in
like
the
a
other
gas
cars.
tanker.
Yeah,
or
there's got to be
whatever.
like a gas leak. There's got to be some way for that tank to have
tanker.
ruptured or to allow the heat in.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'm looking at the people in the cars behind me, and they're all waiting for the light to turn green again. I'm like, huh? I'm a
great.
tourist
Welcome to
in my
Dayton.
own
What?
state.
No, it was Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland.
Cleveland, right?
I'm pretty sure it was Dayton.
Oh, you were down in
I
Dayton?
think so.
That's normal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome to Dayton.
I'd say it's more Dayton and Cincinnati. Maybe.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's not as bad as it was.
Cincinnati's not as bad as Dayton is. Dayton's
Apparently,
pretty
there's a-
bad.
It's like
cereal-
Dayton is like the terrible one, and Cleveland was bad, but it's not as bad.
Cleveland's still
anymore.
pretty bad, though.
Yeah, it's not as bad though because of all the medical stuff that they've implemented there. It's like a medical hub now or whatever.
What,
but
Cleveland is?
yeah, like all their they have like cancer centers and things like that.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
So it's kind of had some money.
Our
thrown
Cleveland's
at it.
still pretty bad,
It
though.
is still pretty bad. I'm
Like
not.
a lot of
I'm
slums
not
and shit.
downplaying it. Just saying that it's gotten a little better with the money.
I think
that's been
it would
thrown
just
at
be
it.
worse in the grand scheme of it's bigger than Dayton.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Apparently, there's some sort of serial killer going on there in Columbus.
Oh, yeah?
Columbus.
Yeah.
About damn time.
Yeah.
We gotta
was
have,
just
They've
there.
been
gotta
rich
have one
long
at least
enough.
once every couple of decades, you know?
I was just there.
They've been rich long
Yeah.
enough. It's time for them to have some
Yeah,
problems.
yeah. Anyway, continue.
Shortly after, he sees they are close to Los Angeles International Airport and directs Annie to it. It's tarmac.
Tarmac.
Yeah. Tarmac will give them enough clear space to drive while the news helicopters cannot enter the airspace.
Which was smart.
Yeah. Jack, after getting off the bus, then sends himself under the bus via cart towed from a vehicle, leading the bus to try to defuse the bomb with Harry's verbal help to no avail. But Harry's team soon discovers the identity of the bomber, Howard Payne, a former police officer who worked on Atlanta's bomb squad, and was forced to retire in 1989 after an explosion caused him to lose a finger. With his knowledge,
I
Harry...
mean, how long does it take to find a former cop that lost a finger?
In the 90s.
You can really narrow it down, especially when this dude has his face in his mind. He knows what the dude looks like.
Well, you can think about it like this though. It kind of brought it into perspective for me when I was listening to him talk, and they said, we've already gone through this, we've already looked at this, and he's like, yeah, in our state. I mean that tells you all you need to know there.
Okay, so I think my biggest issue
Because
though,
back then they didn't have the interlink.
Right, they didn't
you know
have
what I'm
all
saying? You
that.
had to actually go and search
right.
other states.
My biggest issue I think with this movie though is the fingerprint thing.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
The fingerprint, like they're
100%.
gonna want to know who this bomber was, so they
Yeah.
can identify him.
Even back then,
The
they would've
DNA
had-
thing aside of him blowing himself up and all that, even with that aside, you would have dusted for fingerprints, and you would know.
Well,
You know what I mean?
maybe
Who this
they
man
did.
was.
Maybe they did. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they did. But since he's dead, they're maybe not putting a huge rush on it.
Yeah, maybe. But then they would have just put a rush on it as soon as they figured out who the fuck.
You would think, yeah.
But I don't know.
They
I'm
would
not-
have. I still would have thought they would have still ran the fingerprints just to find out who it was.
I'm not saying that they
regardless.
aren't running them. I'm saying that they're probably at the bottom of the stack below all the other unsolves.
I will give this movie credit where it's due. This is a villain who's very much an in-your-face villain.
Oh, 100%.
He's in the hero's face. He's in all their faces. And he's somebody who could have been easily subdued, but he's too smart for that.
Mhm.
And I like that about it. That's one thing I will say, is that I think Dennis Hopper, this is probably my favorite Dennis Hopper role. One of them,
Crazy,
anyway.
not stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy, not stupid. And he plays it so well in this. Like, Dennis Hopper's a great fucking villain. Hands down.
Oh, 100%.
So,
yeah.
like, him in this movie, he's solidified as, like, in my opinion, as one of the best action movie villains of all time.
Well, and he's so good at being a villain that when he isn't a villain, you're surprised. And it doesn't mean that he does it
Yeah.
badly. It's
Yeah.
just,
like in True Romance.
yeah.
Like, you're waiting for him to betray his own son, but he don't. You're like,
Mhm.
okay, so he's actually a good guy.
Right.
And it's so jarring, kind of.
Yeah. And he doesn't play it any differently. I
Yeah.
think that's the jarring part.
Yeah.
Is because his tone, his inflection, the things that he's doing are all conveying to you villain.
Yeah, but he's
then,
not.
But he's not. What he's doing is good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
I
should
think
be
one
worried?
of my most glaring things in this movie that I really didn't like was the prosthetic for his hand.
Yeah.
To keep it like look like, and it's so just huge. You could tell that it's just his thumb folded over with a prosthetic over
Well, and
it.
it wasn't just that; it was like the makeup itself. I don't know if maybe I'm just being nitpicky, but it almost looked like bad foundation. You remember that liquid foundation our parents?
Well,
or
it
our
was
mothers
supposed to
would
look
use?
like the like he had burns on his hand,
I know, but
but
you
but
remember
not
that?
these fingers right here or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but you remember that foundation that like our mothers used in the 80s?
And it was always like,
was, like,
you could see
liquid.
like a line.
Yeah, you could see a line. And the other thing was that anytime they would smile, right? Like it looked like their face was plastic.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. It looked like
It just didn't look good at all.
No, it
Yeah.
looked like a mask.
I don't
but
know
not
how
in a
you
good
could
way
fix
or
that
not.
back then with something like that with his thumb. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not a pinky, but maybe I don't know. I don't know what the. Are you
I
telling me
noticed that
they couldn't
keep it-
CG out his thumb?
I don't
Back
know
then?
if they had that.
I don't know if they
it was
had that
good.
technology in '94.
I don't
I
think it was
think they
good.
did. I mean,
They did, but
When-
it wasn't
what-
good. I mean, think about.
well, what about Jurassic Park? It came out in '93.
Well, they had what Spielberg money. I don't know what to say. Like
Yeah.
really.
I mean, they could have done something. I mean, it was just so glaringly obvious. You know what I mean?
I know they tried to keep it on the camera as much as possible.
At
It's
least
like-
don't show the front of his hand. Maybe always do it like this, with the back of his hand.
Yeah.
Mostly, instead of always like there's even the one scene where he's like holding that earpiece up and his hand is just here. And you
Yeah.
can see just this big bulge. Like you could tell it wasn't his palm.
Mhm.
Like it bothered me a lot. It has always bothered me.
Yeah,
But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
quite a bit.
With this knowledge, Harry
And,
gets his team to track down Payne's Los Angeles address while telling Jack to stay put. However, debris on the tarmac causes the cart to become
Hold on.
unsteady.
One thing I will say, I guess I can't bitch too much because back in '94, we didn't have the resolution that we have now.
This is
So
true.
back then, with the resolution, the way it was, very pixely and all that, like 480 or whatever it was,
It was harder to tell.
it was harder to tell on your your tube TVs and.
There's been a lot of
theaters.
movies that you look at now and you're like,
They've been
that's terrible. But
Yeah,
then
well,
you're like, oh.
because back then, but everything's been digitally enhanced now, and so I guess I kind of have to give it a pass on that a little bit.
Yeah, I can give it. Yeah.
So
Alright, and Jack's only resource is to puncture the side of the gas tank with a screwdriver to avoid falling under the bus. The passengers use a floor panel to rescue Jack in time. Meanwhile, Harry and his team arrive at Payne's home, but it is rigged and with explosive and goes off killing them. Payne calls into Jack to brag and taunt him of Harry's death, and in the process unintentionally reveals there is a camera inside the bus. Jack gets the police to work with one of the news crews and to find the camera signal. Record a sequence of footage and then rebroadcast that on that channel to falsify the camera. Then signal back to Payne. My bad. This allows them to rescue all the passengers safely as the bus's fuel level drains. Jack stays with Annie to keep the bus steady and then escapes with her using the floor panel.
I didn't like this part because I get the plan for recording and then sending that signal back and keeping it on a loop. And they said, we got like 30 minutes. Like, you got like 5 minutes, dude, before he realizes something. Because I don't know about you, but as smart as this dude is, he's watching that fucking monitor like a hawk.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that
The
initially they were supposed to get more of a loop. So then it
Well,
would be a
I
lot
get
less
that.
noticeable.
I get that, but what they did, they recorded like a few seconds of it, and then they
You
just
said it
started
was like
playing
a
it over.
minute.
Yeah, and then so my problem with that is, I don't care how long it is, he's going to realize, why are these people just not doing anything for 30 minutes straight?
Yeah.
That's not what, like, if he's any kind of smart villain, which he is.
Well, I think what he thought was that initially they had 30 minutes to get the tape, like to get the recording. He's like, we got 30 minutes for you to find the signal, for you to record it, and for you to get me something that we can broadcast.
Yeah, but they had enough time for them to broadcast it. Like, it broadcasted long enough for them to get all the hostages off of the bus to explode. You're telling me news outlets didn't say anything about that. And then they had enough time for all that to happen, and then for him to get downtown LA and get everything set up for
I agree.
the sting on
I agree with
on
your
Hopper.
timeline. I think that the latest he would have noticed is them getting Annie and him off.
Right.
You know, because all of that took place maybe 15 minutes max. So I'll give him 15 minutes. I'll give him a half an hour, right?
To get all those hostages off?
No, before he would notice. Because
I wouldn't
He's
even give him that long, dude.
He's got a lot of stuff he's monitoring, right? Like he's
Right.
watching all the news stations. He figures he's got that bus on lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Like he's getting a little cocky about it, and you can tell as their conversations are going on. But what I'm saying is like I would give him a half an hour max before he would notice.
I don't even know if I give him 10 or 15 minutes max. He's going to notice that they're not moving. They're not doing anything. They're literally just standing and sitting in the same spots with nothing else going on. With all that going on, they're not just going to sit in one spot for all that time.
I mean, yeah, but as crazy smart as he is, like, he's still human. And I don't know about you, but I can only watch, like, people doing nothing for so long. And so I don't think he's monitoring that camera as much as he may have been at the beginning of it.
Maybe, I don't know, but either way, I just don't feel like that plan would have worked long enough for them to get into downtown LA.
No, I don't think so either. The bus, I think, would have blown up right after they made it off. That's where I think it would have happened. Because I think that took, that sweet spot, that 15, 20-minute mark to get them all off and to get Jack and Annie off. But I think as soon as Jack and Annie were off that bus, it'd be a ticking time bomb, so to speak. Just because
I also don't agree with them intercepting that signal, that surveillance signal from the bus to him. I don't think that's. I don't know how that works, but I don't think it works that way. I know it's movie magic or whatever, but
yeah.
I don't know enough to speak on it. But I'm not.
I guess we're nitpicking some. Like we're talking about a movie where they literally ramp in the first scene, and then dude blows up, and they don't think to check for remains.
Yeah.
So
no, I don't.
Yeah, I guess we're nitpicking a little bit here, but
I don't know enough about that. But I will say that it seemed plausible.
yeah.
So.
Whatever. I'll give it to him. Fine. Yeah. Whatever.
Fuck him.
Because really, let's face it. There's some other things in this movie coming up that are a little unrealistic too.
Oh.
Oh.
Do tell.
Yeah. These fucking movies are insane.
The unmanned bus then runs into the side of an empty cargo plane and explodes. Following the explosion of the unmanned bus, Annie joins Jack and the police as they wait at the designated drop spot at Pershing Square with marked bills for Payne, since they want to take Payne alive to prevent any more threats he has in store. However, Payne finally discovers the looping feed and sees that the police are waiting for him. Much to his anger, observing Annie nearby, Payne poses as a police officer and leads her away. The police drop the money in the trash can at the designated drop spot, but Jack later finds a hole below it leading to the subway system.
So I have a question. Why in God's green earth does she have to come with Jack to this whole thing?
I didn't fully understand why she was there either, or why the ambulance was there.
Why
Yeah,
would
I
she
didn't
just
understand
go?
why they didn't just take her to the hospital.
And then
Yeah,
Jack
why
go,
is she there? Why was
she
it
has
necessary?
she had no business being there. None.
But that's Jack's new girlfriend. She's gonna be on all the stakeouts with him.
But she has no business being there.
I didn't understand it either. I'm
She's
like,
a
why is
civilian.
she there?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
I got
for you
nothing on that, dude.
She's
I really
a
don't know.
civilian.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been plot device. Really, that's all
She
it
had
is.
to be. She had to be the damsel.
Yeah. Like,
But,
it made
Just-
no sense for her to be there.
Yeah, just-
You're absolutely 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
Made no sense. She should not. She had no, in any realistic setting, they would be like, no, you don't need to be here. You need to be at the hospital.
Even still, it would be like one of those scenarios with, okay, well, we're going to go after the bad guy now.
Especially to
And then
leave
it
her down
would've
on the street alone.
Well, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. If she was standing there and then they're like, okay, we're going to go after the bad guy now, then it would have been one of these scenarios of Jack getting in one of the fucking cruisers with the cops and go do his job
and
while
leaving
she
her
gets
ass
in a
there.
fucking ambulance or sits there
Yeah.
or goes to the hospital.
Yeah, whatever works. Yeah, she
I'll
won't
call
be
you
there on
later.
site. Yeah, I'll give you a call. Don't worry. I'll call you
Yeah,
later.
we're going to base this on sex, remember?
Yeah, remember. But he's not going to be like, yeah, you should come along. He's not that dumb. He's going to be like, no, you need to go somewhere safe.
Especially
He
when
knows
they
what-
haven't gotten the guy yet.
And especially knowing that he knows what you look like. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like he was staring at you for the past
Wildcat.
hour on the bus. So yeah, she had no reason being there. That all was just a plot device. That's
Yep,
all that was.
I'm just saying.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Jack follows and encounters Payne with the money and Annie as his hostage, the latter now wearing a vest lined with explosives that will go off if he drops a trigger on a device he holds.
Except there were several times when that trigger wasn't being held by anybody.
No, it was like, hold on, and I'm like, yeah, you definitely let off that trigger.
Or the time when they were like running down the stairs. It's not in Annie's hands and it's not in his. Who's got the trigger, man?
Was it really?
Yeah.
I never noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. That's funny.
Yeah, it was in no one's hands.
Yeah, nobody
I
was
figured
holding
maybe
it. They were just
Jack
running
might
out
have
of
had
steps.
it at that point.
Yeah, he was like, wait, hold on.
We gotta recreate that for part 3.
Oh yeah, shit. I have the bomb.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wait, how'd you get the bomb? No, I have the bomb.
It's like a whole Scooby-Doo scenario where they're running in and out of doors and everybody.
No, it's the Spider-Man and Spider-Man. You're Spider-Man. No, I'm Spider-Man. No, I'm Spider-Man.
Just run down the steps. Ha ha ha!
Wait a minute. No, you do the Scooby-Doo scenario.
It's like a hot potato scene.
Room,
Oh yeah.
and then you do the Spider-Man thing.
And there's actually 4 bomb triggers. So like, shit, which one is the real one?
Everybody let go and
Ready?
see what happens.
1, 2, 3, huh!
It was mine.
So everybody's
It doesn't blow up if they all let go and you're like,
Oh, that's even worse.
I mean, somebody else has it.
it's like a fucking hot.
Wait a minute. Are those explosives plastic?
Seeing a hot potato.
All right.
Alright,
It's like that dynamite that Junior had in Problem Child.
Jack angrily demands Payne to let Annie go, saying that he can get away with the money, but Payne refuses, still threatening to drop the trigger. Payne then drags Annie onto a subway train, forcing its conductor to set the train in motion, while forcing the other passengers to leave by threatening to shoot them. As the train heads forward, Payne kills the conductor after handcuffing Annie to a pole, but Jack can catch onto it at the last moment. After learning that Jack is on the train, Payne opens his money case only to discover there is a dye pack in it.
What an
Which is-
ultimate fuck you.
Okay, but not just that. He's been so smart up until now and he didn't plan for
I know.
that. That is a huge flaw in his character.
It really is. I agree with you 100%. That is not something. That is not an oversight in his part. That is not something he would overlook.
No. I mean, I think about that. I'm not even a robber.
Yeah.
Like, I would know that they're going to put a dye pack in it. They're
Yeah.
going to do something
Yep.
to prevent me from spending that money. I mean, anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
That annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? You weren't thinking about that?
So this whole train part, his whole character in this whole scene is, it's not how I would envision his character reacting. It's almost like they wrote his character into a corner and was like, fuck, how do we end this for his character?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was one of those scenarios.
The only thing that I will say, I can see that, but I can also see the other side of it, where at this point, he's done for and he knows it.
Yeah,
so he's
right.
not thinking.
But he's smart enough to know I can
Well-
plan for another day.
But
You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying though is like, you know, he knows he's caught, right? His money is die packed or whatever. Like, where does he go from here? There's not really anywhere to go because they know his name. They know all of his tricks.
Try it in a different
Jack's hot
country.
on his heels, right? He knows Jack's there. So, like, at that point, in my opinion, during that whole scene, the only thing that went wrong with his character was the die pack thing. Just because it was like, dude, you weren't seeing that.
No, because the
he-
one thing I have a problem with is the fact that he reacted out of anger, and he doesn't do that. He reacted out of anger and got on top of the fucking train roof.
He's had an emotional few days.
I know,
And
but
he's
still,
screwed now.
but he got on top of the train roof, knowing he had all of his like leverage was right there in his hand with the bomb strapped to Annie, or that's her name, yeah. And he had the bomb, like he knew that nothing could happen to him.
Well, the only thing I'm saying is that in a real life scenario, the emotional toll and the emotions that he's been going through all day, and then the die pack on top of it, now he's like, well, what the fuck? Like, I don't got any, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that makes sense for the movie. I'm saying that that is a realistic.
Okay, so for one, the die pack, it might fuck up some shit in there, but there's still a lot of spendable money in that bitch. I guarantee it.
You would think, but I don't know how those die packs work.
I don't know
They seem to
either.
be pretty-
But also, he's got the loaded gun, he's got the bomb and the fucking trigger. Like,
No,
he may not make it out of it completely, but he can at least make it out of that scenario.
Well, and my thing is like, obviously he's still thinking about the future, right? Or else he'd have blown her up by now, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying is that in a realistic scenario, I can understand that. But there's been nothing realistic in this movie up to some point. So, like, why would we think it's going to get realistic now? And
he gets so hot-headed at the end, and it's such a flaw on his part. I'm like, dude, like, you're like, his character is smarter
I can
than
understand it, but like at the same time, it's not supposed to be there.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that it's not necessarily like wrong for that to be the reaction, just that it doesn't make any sense for
It's
what
not
they
his.
got-
It's not his character.
what
It's
they've
sad that we've got
presented
to
to us so
analyze
far.
the villain over the hero, because the villain actually makes more sense than the hero.
Yeah.
Like, the villain is like
Jack is your hot-headed
young cop who's gung ho.
Mm-hmm.
But like, the villain is actually, he's intricate and smart, and there's a lot to him underneath. There's actually more character there in him than there is in Jack. Like, Jack and Annie's character are very just one note. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's not a lot to them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Dennis
You're left
Hopper's
with-
character,
You're
you're
left
like,
with their intentions
Yeah.
or their motivation.
yeah,
Whereas for him, his motivation is almost secondary
yeah,
to the rest. Like him getting his hand blown off and then going after why that doesn't really make sense to me for his motivation. I was going to kind of talk about it in my review, but here we are. But like, it doesn't really make sense for that to be his motivation. If it's his motivation and he's so damn motivated about it, why is he in LA doing it?
that's what I was wondering. I
So-
wondered the same thing. Like, so if this didn't happen in LA, why is he in LA?
Yeah. And they didn't even try to say like, oh, their captain used to be his captain or something.
Yeah, nothing to tie him to.
There's
yeah.
no tie to LA.
Yeah. I didn't
So-
understand that either, because they're like, look outside
It's kind of crazy, right? Because
Yeah.
the motivations are clear for the heroes. And we see their motivations very clearly throughout the movie. And that's what kind of drives their character, right? Their character development, anyway.
I think the
What
only
little
reason
character
for that
development.
is to say, well, if he was an LA cop, then they would know him, or there would be something to link them to
Sure,
him.
but I feel like there should have been some link to LA. Like, he's not the kind
Yeah.
of guy. He's already gone after one building of strangers to blow up over this vendetta he's got.
Yeah.
You
But
think...
there's no rhyme or reason for it.
Well, I'm saying he's gone through an awful lot of trouble to kill, maim, attack, hurt people that he has no vendetta against.
Yeah, exactly.
Yet he is purely motivated by this vendetta. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
But
2 plus 2
but
does not
who's
equal
the
7.
vendetta against, other than he wants compensation for losing a thumb?
The only thing I can think of is that LA had the money, and his small little podunk whatever
wherever he came from,
Montana.
Which,
I
if
think they said,
if he was a bomb specialist, he would have had to have been in a major city anyway.
you would think,
Yeah, he would have been in some kind of major city, and where there were in fact bomb threats,
right?
because he lost a thumb obviously to a
Right.
bomb.
Mhm.
So he would have had to have been in some major city where that was relevant.
Yep.
Where obviously, but it wasn't L.A. Why is he in L.A.?
I just find it strange. You have this great motivation for the heroes that is part of it is their development. Their motivation is the development of those characters throughout this whole movie, and then you've got the bad guy who's given a very clear motive and vendetta, yet it doesn't make sense for what he's doing.
Right. It doesn't. You're right. It makes no sense at all. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
I like I said, it's
There's some
basically-
glaring like things in here that they could have filled in that like
And the
doesn't-
sad thing is that I still love the movie. Like
know.
I was so upset.
because
Like
it's still an entertaining movie in the
well,
end.
it's not just entertaining. I think there's nostalgia there for all of us, probably.
I don't
but,
think
like,
it's supposed to be a movie that you're supposed to overthink like we're doing. I think it's just a
well,
movie
we're
that you're
supposed to. That's kind of our jobs right now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're supposed to, but like
Yeah,
people
I
go into
guess.
this movie like, it's just a romp. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
they go in and like watch the podcast. And, fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys, you ruined
I'm
Speed for me.
sorry. We ruined it for ourselves.
Yeah, really, we did. We overthought it. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Eric and Madison are just like, drooling and shit all over the place. About ready to fall asleep.
However, while Pan is
As we discuss the intricacies of Speed.
angered,
The lack of motivation.
Yeah.
Fucking die packs.
I was
Sorry.
about to look up die packs and how they were working.
Well, you know what we should do? And I was listening to the podcast from last week. We should bring in Mr. Whitman. He would understand.
This is true.
Oh, I would love to have Mr.
Bring in
Whitman on
Mr.
the
Whitman. I think he
podcast.
would understand
Maybe we can make that
the
a segment.
motivations. Oh, Whitman's theory?
No, Whitman's.
Theories.
No, it's got to start with a W. The segment. So like Whitman's
Whitman's
window.
Whitman's wee-wees.
Whitman's window, how he looks at the world.
I mean, I can ask him, but I don't
No,
really
thank
want
you.
my teacher in my home.
He'd be like, yeah, I do that because I'm so full of myself. I actually jerk off to pictures of myself, too.
Next question.
I bet he does.
Angered, Payne gets onto the roof of the train and engages in a fight with Jack, in which he throws away the officer's gun, hoping to kill him in revenge for his loss. However, while Payne is about to prevail and kill the rival, Jack finds that the train is about to cross below a passing signal light and manages to kill Payne by decapitating his head into the light while grabbing the trigger away from him. Though Jack frees Annie from the vest safely, they find the brakes on the train and now broken on the train and oh my god, I just had a seizure. Though Jack frees Annie from the vest safely, they find the brakes on the train are now broken. Okay, that makes sense. It's a sentence.
It's a sentence.
And have no way to
One of the most normal things to happen in
That's
the English
how
language.
things are written?
Yeah, I am now realizing that it was written correctly as a sentence. Okay. And have no way to communicate with the police. Even worse, Jack cannot free Annie from the pool, and there are no keys to the handcuffs. Jack realizes their best chance to survive is to derail the train along a curved part of the track and set the train at its highest speed. As expected, the train derails through an area under construction, and the car they are in slides along an uncompleted tunnel, flying out and landing on Hollywood Boulevard. Safe and realizing that they have fallen in love with each other, the two share a kiss while onlookers watch.
Now,
Why are they just laughing at them like that? Like,
I think
They are, so they're watching like, oh, it's so cute. Bitch, a train just crashed in the middle of the fucking street.
I would. Here's the thing. Like, I the only one that kind of like I know the ending, so I knew it wasn't gonna happen. But I really, really, really wanted to see that dude coming out with his car, like having just been fixed, get
Oh,
hit by the train.
it wouldn't have gotten fixed that fast, though.
No, I know, but it would have been really funny if
it
he had
would've
like a
been
buddy.
hilarious.
And it just taps it.
Or if he was in,
Yeah.
if he was
The
in like,
bumper falls off or
Yeah.
something.
hey, he was in a different nice car.
His rental,
Yeah.
or maybe he has two cars.
Or maybe he has two
maybe he has
cars,
a,
yeah.
Maybe
That
he has a
would've been great.
garage full.
We'll put it in part 3.
Jack's revenge.
Oh
He's
god.
the bomb.
He's the bomb.
Do
you guys have any other
Not
notes?
the 90s
I have
way.
a note. I have a note. You're done.
Okay,
Ended. Quit. You're fired. Get out.
that's your note?
Yes.
Okay. Any other notes
We'll
you guys
take it to
got?
some other
Anything you guys want
studio.
to
Somebody
discuss?
will take it.
Not
Nothing?
you, Karen. You can say.
Nothing?
No.
All right, well,
No,
let's
dude.
move on into the fucking review.
Suck.
Let's go this bitch.
She had too much fun with that.
Yeah, she definitely did. All right. Madison, what did
Padre.
you think of Speed from 1994?
I really liked this movie. I thought it was a really good movie.
Mike.
It was action packed and stuff, and everything else, and I thought it was a good movie. You know, and Keanu Reeves. You know.
Yeah, she's like, no, just Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, prime Keanu
He
Reeves.
he took off his flannel, and I was like, oh, I'm awake. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Even I was like, yeah, let's keep going.
Oh god.
Lower.
Take off your belt.
Hey,
Oops, your pants
your
fell
shirt's
off.
dirty. Give it here.
I'll wash it. And your pants.
And
your
you.
underwear.
And you.
And you.
I promise I won't smell it. I'm smelling it.
He walks in and you're like,
Don't let her watch Point Break.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he's
No,
wet a lot in that
yeah,
movie.
but this one though,
What?
he's like,
Longish hair.
he's more stoic in
Uh,
this movie though.
I don't do
You know what I
long
mean?
I don't give a shit about the stoic. I'm giving her some you know,
I don't do long hair, I'm not gonna
not.
lie.
I said longer. It's not buzzed.
No, it's not. The,
I like
yeah.
the buzzed hair though. It went good.
Yeah,
with
she
their
did
white
like.
shirt.
She's like, oh, he doesn't have long hair.
Gave
I
him
like
that no
that.
nonsense cop look.
Yeah.
I like that look though.
The,
All right,
the
give us your
director told him
review.
he had to have a no nonsense haircut. That's what he came back with, and the producers were pissed.
Oh, really? I thought his haircut in this was fine.
I did too.
I'm gonna go ahead for the movie.
She's stuck on Keanu.
The movie
now.
gets an 8. Keanu Reeves gets a 10.5.
We
For-
hope. No.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. An 8 for the movie, and then another half for Keanu Reeves.
Damn, my daughter's getting some hormones going on here.
I am not. I am 17 years
Lies.
old. I'm past that.
It's fine. I'm
No,
right there
it
with
never
you. I could
stops.
stare at him all day.
She's living proof of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm straight and I'm a man, and I'll stare at him all day. That dude's a fucking
Did
god
you see
in this
his
movie.
arms flex?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
one
when he
part
was
where
trying to pull himself like,
he's
"Yeah,
going up,
dead?"
I was like,
Yeah,
Do
I
you
was
think
like-
I'm dead?
yeah. I've
I'm
always
not
noticed
dead.
that. I've always noticed that about him. Like he lifts it up, like, ooh, Jack.
I know.
Yeah.
He's like pulling. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
Even I was like, my dick moved a little bit.
Oh.
Chicken's done.
It reminds me of Seinfeld. It moved.
Is that gonna be the name of the second one or the third one?
It moved. Jack's back and it moved.
I think we downloaded the wrong speed.
Ecstasy version 2.
Yeah. Speed. No, the drug.
Anyways, yeah.
All right.
8.5. That's
8.5?
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, this movie
It
is
was-
definitely like this movie was more fun to talk about than to watch. I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty fun to watch.
The movie is entertaining as shit. It always has been. There are so many fucking plot holes, but what do you do with a movie that is so fun to watch? Fuck it, you know what I mean? Like that's all you can say about the plot holes. Who cares?
Yeah.
But I will say that as an adult and from watching it as a kid growing up, you know, I saw this movie when it first came out back in '94, and it was a blast. It's like I told you before, my Aunt Tina just drooling over Keanu Reeves.
That's what I
God
asked
rest her
Crystal.
soul.
That's what I asked Crystal. I was like, Crystal, do you agree with Aunt Tina?
Yeah, that's what she said. Do you agree with Aunt Tina? And she looked at Madison, and Madison's like, I agree with Aunt Tina.
As they're all breathless back, they're like,
Yeah.
Aunt Tina was watching that movie with us.
yeah, she came down from heaven just to
I
check
was
it
going
out.
to give the movie a 7, but I'm with Madison on this because of Keanu Reeves and that bod. I'm giving it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is going to be
Interesting.
probably my shortest analysis because I feel like we've gone.
Because she's all hot and bothered.
Yeah,
Oh
I can't
my
think now.
I can't think now.
We've beat the plot holes to death, so I'm not going to go back into
Yeah,
those.
you really can't go any farther with that.
No, but
Anymore, people are just going to start hating us.
This movie really does a good job of showing that how good they were in the 90s at one, like I said, creating a score that fits the movie, and two, the partner thing. You really believe like Harry and Jack had been partners for a long time. They were
Oh, they're great together.
absolutely like best friends. Like all of these things are so believable in 90s movies, and they do such a good job at making them seem like they've been partners forever, and we can just accept that. Like I think that that's well done in this movie, and it's probably well done in most 90s movies, but
I love
especially
him
in
as
this
an actor,
one.
though, man.
Yeah.
He's just awesome. Like, it's so funny because whenever he went on to do Dumb and Dumber, it was so weird to see him in a role. Like, he was
I think it
great.
the same year.
I think it was the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, I think he did Dumb and Dumber the year before. I think it
I
was
don't remember what
93.
year, but I think it was 93 or 94.
Yeah, I remember him doing Dumb and Dumber, and it was like such a weird thing to see him in compared to all his other serious roles, because he still does a lot of serious roles today. But god damn, he's such a good actor, man.
He really is. Then the other thing that I will praise this movie all day about is the acting. And what I mean by that is there's two specific scenes that really are done so well. And one is when she hits the cans with the stroller.
Oh yeah.
She hits the cans
Yeah.
and she immediately reacts.
Oh yeah.
And he immediately reacts. And then it turns
The
into...
way she reacts, though, is very believable.
Absolutely. Well, and it
Yeah.
and
And
it is for
whenever
him
he-
too, because his focus is on keeping everyone alive, right? So his secondary focus is on calming her down.
Yeah, because she's
So-
driving.
And he does a very good job of showing that he is concerned for her, but also assessing the situation. And in just a span of seconds, you see her emotion, his emotion, and then it immediately turns into like sort of comedic. It's cans.
I'll be honest
It's
with you though,
cans.
she actually gets on my nerves a lot in this movie with her. Oh my god, you scared me, and I'm just like, dude, bitch, knock it off.
Like, she got on my nerves more towards the beginning. When
Yeah,
it was
but like towards the end, she was good. Like especially whenever they were off the bus, all that stuff.
She seemed uppity
Yeah,
at the beginning, whereas she sort of calmed down as
Yeah.
the movie went on. But the other scene is on the train when he realizes he doesn't have handcuffs for that set of handcuffs, and the look on his face, and then her reactions.
yeah,
to him
that was
staying.
really good. I really like that.
So
Yeah.
those two scenes in particular, I think, highlight the the acting.
Those
range
are
that
two
they
very
had.
specific. Yeah, you're right. Those are two
Those-
scenes specifically that really do stand out. To
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I said this is gonna be like my fastest one, because those are really the only things I have to say, because I'm not gonna beat the plot holes anymore.
we
than we already did.
that.
So,
She did good
For me-
whenever he went under the bus too. Whenever she was freaking out about whether or not he
Yeah,
went
a little
under the wheel.
bit. She was still a little bit like
Over.
acting, I guess, or a little over exaggerating.
feel
I
like
don't
that's
know if
a-
I like that
Is he
scene just
okay?
because
I feel
she
like-
needed him to keep her calm for the can thing, and then he's gone. She thinks she hit him, and she's just. Do you see him?
Do you see him? Oh my god!
Like-
Do you see him?
I know a baby is a little bit more detrimental to, but it would be for me.
But he's their
I
savior.
feel like she
Yeah.
reacts though how a normal person.
I guess
would,
I
though.
guess maybe you're right though. I guess she does react in a way that it would be appropriate
Mhm.
I guess so. a little
because
bit,
at that
yeah.
point in time she knows that it's in her hands literally.
Right? Yeah.
But and they're not on the road dealing with other traffic.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's more.
There's a little
she's
bit
very
less
com-
pressure.
Yeah, it's a
for
little less
her.
pressure because she's actually just driving around the tarmac.
Yeah.
So.
But the two scenes that I pointed out, I felt like were a lot more like in your face with those emotions and making it very clear like how good they were acting. It just, I don't know, I liked it. So I am actually with Madison on this. It's an 8.5 for me.
Including Keanu.
Half a point because of Keanu.
No, that's 6 points for Keanu. I'm kidding.
Real.
The movie itself is like a 2.
It would have been a 10 had he taken off his shirt, just saying.
She's not wrong.
I can't believe he didn't go shirtless. To be honest with you, more sex appeal in there. I'm surprised they didn't throw that.
I don't
in.
remember the first movie I saw with him with a shirt off. Maybe Point Break.
Let's say I think
Point
it's
Break.
Point
Yeah,
Break.
Point Break.
How
yeah.
naked did he get in Point Break? Just asking.
Shirtless, yeah.
He's
Oh.
wearing like
Well, he wears
wetsuits a
he
lot.
wears wetsuits a lot. Yeah.
So you get a little bit of a.
Yeah. Oh my god. Why are you wiping your mouth?
I didn't like it.
What?
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, take off his what?
He took did he take
Trying
his
to make
pants
sure
off?
saliva
It
wasn't
was
coming
like a
out.
sharp pain in the corner of my mouth. Right
I'm sure it was a sharp pain.
Fucking drool.
God damn. Eric, what do you think of Speed? Wipe your. Yeah. Oh, are you sucking in all your saliva?
Yes,
No,
you
I was
don't
doing
drool.
my Ace Ventura impression of the.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways,
While speeding. I
you
also
guys
have
pretty
parking
much said
tickets.
it all. So
give me a Keanu Reeves
really ain't got-
cardboard cutout.
got much to say. Karen pretty much covered up the 2 points that I wanted to say about the, the cans,
Yeah.
ordeal, and
Then.
the train thing. So yeah, I'm at an 8 with it for me.
So that brings us to an 8.125.
All right. Who did Rotten Tomatoes this week?
I don't know.
Madison?
Was it Madison? Okay.
I was going to say, should have been Madison.
Better have been Madison. Well, fuck it. We're skipping that segment.
Sorry, guys.
We need to get through this quick.
All
So
right.
for the
Guesses.
critics, I'm gonna say 75.
Ooh, I'm going 63.
Oh, you guys are way off. I bet it's way fucking higher than that.
I think the critics hated it.
You think so? I think the critics fucking love
I'm
this. I
saying
bet,
75.
really?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even have to try with you guys. What'd you say, 75 and
63?
63? Well, I bet it's like 90. I bet it's 90 fucking percent.
Dad's gonna take it.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a 95.
95%.
They tear apart movies nowadays.
Dude,
that
Keanu
make-
Reeves.
But
Keanu Reeves.
Like,
but
Yeah.
still, nowadays they will tear apart movies that have Keanu Reeves in it for not having the right
But back then, it was a
currency
bona
in
fide fucking movie.
1894.
They had a sequel and all kinds of like, yeah.
I get that, but like,
Not to mention, they also rated this movie critically after.
I'm getting on the just to be clear, I'm getting on the critics here, not so much being wrong,
Right.
but it's like, how is it that they will get on movies today? It doesn't matter who's starring in it for the littlest shit. But that's a 95.
I know, right?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I
Be
know.
consistent is all I'm saying.
All right, critics' consensus. A terrific popcorn thriller, Speed is a taut, tense, and energetic, with outstanding performances from Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, they were saying
Not really.
All right,
I would say that
Generic
Keanu Reeves is probably the weakest link in this whole movie. He does a great job as an action hero,
I'm not
but
gonna
his
disagree with
acting
you on
is
that.
not good. His acting is not good. In this
I'm not
movie.
going to disagree with you on that.
Yeah, like he does great in the movie. Don't get me wrong; he's a great action hero. He's not a good actor.
Well, I like
Yet.
the stoic.
Yeah, he's
Same
fine
with
in that
him.
aspect, but
Yeah.
he's very one note. There's not a lot going on up there. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot going on.
I don't know if I'd say. I mean, yeah, I think his character's pretty one note, but I think that for him, he has a limited range.
Yeah.
all right, audience.
Oh, I think the audience loved it. I'm gonna go 90.
I'm gonna agree. It's gonna be up there.
83.
83. I'm gonna say what the critics said. I'm gonna 95.
Eric's gonna take it. It was a 77.
Really?
Are you fucked?
What the
Being
fuck?
so serious.
Like, okay.
You
Well,
motherfuckers are not consistent at all.
no, you're not.
Professionals
You
or
guys
otherwise.
confuse the fuck out of me. This is like a bad relationship.
You know what?
Oh, man.
I'm over it. I'm
Tired
gonna
of this
move on.
emotional roller coaster here.
Tired of this shit. Want a divorce.
Oh my god. All right, Jack G. 1 star. I have
Fuck
no
you,
idea
Jack.
what people are smoking when they think this is remotely good film. Awful
We don't know
acting,
either.
bad dialogue, annoying cast with no chemistry, and a horrendous amount of Hollywood cliches. Snooze fest.
He's not wrong about any of that, though. He's
No.
not fucking wrong. I mean, the
I will
chemistry.
disagree with the chemistry.
Some of the chemistry's there. I'll give it that. But like, he's right. Like the bad one-liners, I mean, it's just. It's all
I
over
will.
the
I
place,
will
yeah.
completely disagree with him on the.
Yeah, the
But
chemistry
Keanu
was there.
Reeves.
I think that the chemistry was
But
there.
Keanu Reeves.
Not just between him and Annie, but also between him and Jeff Daniels, and I mean, I think the chemistry was there in all the right places.
I feel like if you're in a movie with Keanu Reeves, there's no way that the chemistry couldn't be there. That dude is so fucking likable. I don't know how there could be no chemistry.
I'd make sure the chemistry was there.
Exactly. Like, dude, I mean, whatever you need, a massage,
Little
some
dick sucking.
donuts, whatever you need, dude, I got you.
I was waiting for you to say some dick sucking.
Whatever you need, dude.
Oil massage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Naked in your
preferably.
trailer, 5 minutes.
Yeah, like
I'll get into something a little more comfortable.
More comfortable, as in nothing.
all right. Idiotic dialogues, exaggerated action scenes. It's laughable that RT gave this shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Such a high score. Lame ass movie. Star and a
Did
half.
you just speed through ass? Lame ass movie.
Sarah H. A star and a half. Yeah. She was a douche for that one. 1 star, so unrealistic, especially the bus driver.
Well,
Which one? I don't know.
why was the bus driver unrealistic? He looked real to me.
Uh,
Like it wasn't like that
it's
one.
a race thing.
What's the movie where the taxi drivers are fake?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
no.
Taxi drivers.
Yeah, they were like inflatable or something.
What?
I gotta look that up. That's gonna drive me nuts.
All right.
What?
2.5 stars. I had high hopes. It felt so repetitive. Just kept hoping it would end. I love Reeves, but this just didn't do it for me. 2 stars. Reasonably entertaining, and I love Dennis Hopper, but this film is very overrated. It's light entertainment at best, and yet it gets called a classic great movie. Well, it's not. It might be riveting and suspenseful, but it's hardly a great piece of cinema.
Man,
and
see,
Keanu Reeves is a terrible actor.
This is where I'm like, I don't disagree with these people because, like, yeah, it's a classic action movie, but like you watch it today, and you're like, why did we love this movie? You piece together all these plot holes, and you're like,
Keanu Reeves.
Don't
Yeah.
ask questions.
That's really what it is. You got to turn your brain off for it. Don't ask any questions and just enjoy the ride on the bus, I guess. I don't know.
Is Keanu Reeves the bus? Sorry.
Whoa, Madison, you're still my daughter.
I'm aware. I'm making jokes. Jesus.
I mean, I'd ride that bus too, though. I'm not
Oh
gonna.
my god. You're still my dad. Stop.
So,
Jesus.
and I'm
So
not-
you ever brought him? You ever
Daniel,
brought him
you
home?
guys, you'll
Sure,
never believe
sure.
what this guy said. You'll never believe what this guy said. His name is Daniel K.
Point Break.
Is that?
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's top
That's Pete
tier.
Keanu right there.
Top
yeah.
tier. Look at those arms, and there's no shirt in this movie.
You want to like send that picture to me?
Send the picture.
No,
to me.
don't
No.
send the picture to
It's okay,
her.
I got
I'm
you.
not-
I'll find
I
it. I got you.
Anyways, I'm
She's like, Dad, can you
kidding.
get me a cardboard cutout of Keanu Reeves from Point Break? And I'd be
Anyways,
like,
we're
no.
watching that. Is that in the box?
No, I don't know.
I
don't think it is.
Can we add it
is.
to the box? Can we just watch it?
You can watch it on your own fucking time.
It'd
It'd be a little weird knowing that my daughter's just like staring here,
back
drooling.
there.
Like her brain is turned off completely. Like,
He watched, he watched My Hero Academia with me.
Okay, we weren't sitting there. Okay, why? Because you had the hots for Bakugo?
Got Kigo and Todoroki.
Okay, so she did love cartoon. See, I told you guys she had the hots for cartoon characters.
I'm not even gonna deny it at this point. Everybody did in 2021. I don't even want to hear it.
Never heard of him.
All right, anyway.
It's okay. All right, Daniel K. 1 star. You'll never believe what he said.
What do you say?
Just guess.
Acting was terrible.
No.
But Keanu was sexy.
No.
I don't know what.
Paul Rudd wasn't in this movie.
Yes, it's been a while since we've had one of those.
That's awesome. Paul Rudd wasn't in this movie. I love this guy.
Yeah.
This guy comes like we haven't heard from him in several movies, but I'm glad he came back.
Yep.
So Point Break is not on any of our lists.
It should be, though.
It should be.
We need to figure out who that guy is and send him an email. Like, hey, bud,
Daniel
we want
K.
you to guest star on our podcast.
We'll have a segment called Paul Rudd
Paul
wasn't
Rudd
in
was-
this.
Oh my
This
god. 3.5 stars, no name. It says really, truly ridiculous, but also really, truly fun. Young Keanu can jump on my speeding bus any day.
Holy
See?
shit!
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
Yeah.
young Keanu can jump on my speeding bus any day.
Anyways.
Because even 30 years later, people are looking at him like, "You're still the man, dude." Like people still love Keanu Reeves. He's one of the most loved actors in Hollywood.
Oh, he's just got that attitude, man.
He's a very laid back, like, hey, let's just all get
Didn't-
along kind of guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
isn't
His name
He's
actually
a-
means like cool breeze or something like
Yeah.
that. You know that?
isn't he the one on that actor, the book that I got you? What was that book?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Yeah,
Wasn't it like a bunch of quotes?
yeah.
or
It was a
something?
bunch of like, what would Keanu Reeves do?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's really what it was.
That's
He's
amazing.
one of those guys that you can probably just see and just.
Why are
sit
you guys
down and
sending
talk
me
to.
the? I don't, Karen. No. Oh my God, though he is. I mean, that is pretty stoic.
You wanted
I mean,
some
that's pretty
spank
good.
bank material.
That's pretty
That's
good.
not me.
Karen
all-
knows what she's doing.
Fuck Keanu Reeves for being so goddamn handsome. Son of a bitch.
She saved
Download.
it.
Download.
I got you.
Oh my God. Is that all you had?
Yes. It
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
The girl from Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anna Kendrick.
All right, you got a lot or is there a little?
it's not bad.
Okay, good. Because we're getting.
Sandra Bullock actually learned to drive a bus for the film, passing her test on her first attempt.
Oh wow, really?
Keanu Reeves breaking the glass on the bus door in the beginning of the bus chase was an accident.
I knew it because
Yeah.
I can
He
tell
hit
by
it.
his hitting it and
Yeah,
it's
he's
like
like-
it cracked. Like, ew.
Yeah, his face right when he did it too. You knew it was an accident.
I knew that was it. There was like, there's no way they planned for that.
I told you about the bus thing. The producers realized they might have a hit movie on their hands when they noticed that during test screenings, audience members would walk backwards when they needed to go to the bathroom so they would miss as little as possible.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Producers, apparently I put that one twice. The scene in which Annie takes the chewing gum out of her mouth and pretends to put it on her seat in order to have an excuse to change seats and move away from the obnoxious Stevens was improvised by Bullock.
What now?
Fucking Jeremiah. Fucking look at your phone.
Okay.
Jeremiah.
God.
What did he do?
He knows we're still recording. He's not stupid. He's like,
Of course.
even he's like, yeah, Keanu Reeves.
He knows I said it. So
We're on the same level, Jeremiah.
We're all in love.
We're all there. He's gonna listen to this podcast like, I knew it. I knew it.
The director cast Dennis Hopper because he didn't want a typical villain. He wanted Payne to be a regular guy who just snapped one day. The film literally ran out of money before it was completed. The film was first previewed for audiences. The subway scenes were animated storyboards. The audience loved them so much the studio came up with the money and the funds fast to shoot the scenes properly. Keanu Reeves did 90% of his own stunts in this movie.
I could tell.
Yeah.
There were a lot of scenes where I was like, that could be a stunt. No, it's not. It's like
It's
close
definitely
up
not.
on
Yeah,
him,
you get close
and
up
you can
on him and you're
see
like,
him.
oh, wow, that is
Like
him.
him getting down on that cart and shit. I was like, that's some ballsy shit, dude. I wouldn't
That
do
if
it.
he just did that one, I'd be impressed.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels trained with real SWAT personnel to perfect their movements. Rennie Harlan and Quentin Tarantino were offered the chance to direct, but turned it down. Tarantino later named the film as one of his 20 favorite films.
Really? A guy that perfectionate about things loves a movie with this many plot holes in it.
Well, I think it lends to what we've talked about before. There's times when you just want to shut off your brain and watch it.
That's true. He does appreciate cinema for that reason, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
This
that's
is
what
one
I
of your
love-
shut
but
off
that's
your
what-
brain movies.
Like people hate on Quentin Tarantino, but like, dude, he appreciates movies for what they are. Sometimes you got movies like
good
this.
at what he does because he's good at picking out
Yeah.
movie. Like he's
Yeah.
good at watching a movie and being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's what makes him good at his job.
He has a movie podcast.
Well, they shouldn't listen to his though.
They should definitely listen to ours.
Jan de Bont insisted that Keanu Reeves get a sensible haircut that would befit a hardworking cop. The executives were horrified when they saw the buzz cut he adopted for the film, going so far as to threaten postponing the film so he could grow his hair back. Jan de Bont cast him as Jack Traven after seeing him in Point Break. He felt that the actor was vulnerable on the screen. He's not threatening to men because he's not that bulky, and he looks great to the women. Keanu Reeves initially turned down the lead as he found Graham Yost's original script to be much like Die Hard. He signed on after Jan de Bont brought in Joe Sweden to rewrite the script. Joe Sweden rewrote the script uncredited, and according to Yost, the credited writer, Whedon wrote most of the dialogue. It was Dennis Hopper's idea to stick his fingers in Jeff Daniels' nose to lift him up. While Jan de Bont worried it would look silly, he agreed after trying it and discovering that it was actually pretty painful. The shot of the bus.
I didn't have a problem with it.
No, I thought it
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty.
I think it lent to Dennis Hopper's character.
Yeah, I was gonna say
really.
it made him a lot more believable.
Yeah, like it lent to his character and his sarcasm and his like sort of like wittiness, I guess. You know,
especially after you get to know the character, you're like, yeah, that's not out of his realm.
No, not at all.
No, he'd be one of those people to rip out a nose ring.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, right. He's brutal. He doesn't care.
No, nor should he, I guess. Shot of the bus entering LAX while a plane takes off behind it took more than 50 takes. The scene where the injured driver is helped off the bus to the waiting cops, Jan de Bont commented about a change that he wished he made. One of the things that I wish I would have done in this particular scene, I wish I could have had everybody try to storm to the front and get off so that you could really see more sense of the urgency.
One thing I will say that I didn't mention before is another glaring plot hole. They would have evacuated that entire airport. That entire airport would have been
because they don't know how big that bomb's going to boom.
So, yeah, but like that guy pulling the plane across the tarmac made no sense to me. I'm like, no, that guy wouldn't be there.
It's just so that it could blow up.
Do I think, well, that's fine. Well, they could have the plane there to blow up. Not a big deal. It's just there.
Yeah.
But like the fact that the guy was pulling the plane across the tarmac didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, that guy would not be out there. They would have that entire airport, including the inside. Everything would be completely evacuated.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like that was one thing, and I was like, they could still blow up the plane without, you know what I mean, without that guy pulling the plane.
I agree. So, there was no reason for there
was
to
no
be a
reason
live
for
person
it.
there.
Yeah.
It was a 35-foot miniature for the beginning sequence. That's why it took so long, I guess.
Hmm.
But if you do it right, it looks so incredibly real, something that you can never duplicate with computer effects. That's what he had to say about using miniatures in film.
That is cool, though, man. I love it whenever people do that with the miniatures. They did that with Con Air. Beetlejuice. They did that so much with the miniature stuff. And they can make it look real. It's so
I don't know
cool.
why they don't do that more often than
I don't
CGI.
either, man. It's so cool.
If you just have a landscape that you're trying to
like,
do,
don't get me
or
wrong.
whatever,
If it's
just-
done wrong, it looks bad.
yeah.
But like, if you make it look good, like Con Air did it good with the plane landing and everything. They did that all with miniature shit,
Yep.
and it was awesome. It looked good. They did that a lot in this movie with the miniature stuff, and it looks good. It looks
It's
awesome.
cheaper,
And it's
too.
way cheaper.
Yeah.
Way cheaper.
If you don't have anything that's got to move or whatever for a scene, but you like just do it that way, or like if there is movement, like very
the
minimal,
big
or not
actions, like
not
yeah.
actors in the scene.
Well,
I guess,
like
is
with
you've got-
Con Air in this movie, where they use the miniatures to create a sort of incoming explosion.
What
with
I meant
blah,
was
blah,
like
blah, you know?
actors. If you don't have
Yeah.
to have actors in
Exactly.
the sequence,
Exactly.
you know, you can do a miniature with objects and make it look just as good.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Richard Grieco was offered the role of Jack, but turned it down. Grieco had been turning down a majority of roles early in the 90s between what he thought were proper
Who
career
the fuck
moves.
is Richard Grieco? That's probably
21 Jump Street. He replaced
Oh,
Johnny Depp. Yeah. What he
you're
thought
lost,
were
dude.
what he thought were proper career moves and avoiding typecasting after his role in 21 Jump Street as a police officer. Grieco said this was the one movie he regretted turning down.
I would bet, like, dude, there's a difference between being typecast and getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Or
sometimes
continuing your career.
Yeah, you got to continue your career somewhere.
If you get to be a big name actor, then you can kind of pick your roles.
Yeah, once you become like, you might be like, well, I'm stuck in this like typecast role. Well, you can still pick and choose, like, or you might have the money to like produce a role that you want to star in or something like that. You know, like think wisely.
Right. The producers paid the owners of Payne's house $5,000 to blow it up. They also rebuilt it for them after filming.
Hell yeah.
Can be found on IMDb by typing "the bus that couldn't slow down" into the search bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the name Homer Simpson incorrectly gave it when remembering the movie.
The bus that couldn't slow down.
Jack's sidekick Harry was originally to be played by Ed Harris, and in this version was going to be revealed as the Mad Bomber. However, when Harris opted out and Jeff Daniels signed on, the producers felt that the audience would not accept the sudden twist in character, so Harry was kept as a good guy throughout, and the Mad Bomber
I wouldn't
written as a
accept that
separate
either.
character.
That was dumb. That would have been dumb.
If they'd have had Ed Harris playing it, I could see it working out.
I wouldn't like that either. I still don't like the twist. I'm the bad guy, really, kind of.
If it's done right, I like it.
I don't think in this case. I like the buddy.
No,
cop
I
thing.
think in this one it worked out better, but I think it mostly worked out better because Jeff Daniels was the partner.
That's true.
If
I
it was
guess.
Ed Harris,
you could see
I
him
could
as a
see
good
it
guy
working
and
out.
a bad guy.
Yeah, I could see it working out either way. The idea of the hero's friend and sidekick being the villain was later used in Broken Arrow, also written by Yost.
Yep.
I love Broken Arrow.
That's not a bad movie.
I like
Arrow's a
Broken
great
Arrow.
movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
The plane destroyed by the exploding bus has the logo Pacific Courier Freight on its side, the same name as on the truck used by the terrorists in Die Hard, an in-joke by production designer Jackson DeGovia. Jan de Bont was cinematographer for Die Hard. At least 12 different buses were used during the shooting of the movie. 2 for exterior shots, 2 that were blown up, 2 for interior shots, 2 for action sequences and hitting things, 1 for the jump sequence, 1 modified so that it could ride on 2 wheels during the sharp right turn sequence, 1 slightly raised so that a man on a mechanic car could fit underneath for the sequence in which Jack Traven tries to deactivate the bomb, and 1 with an extended platform in front so that the filming crew could shoot the driver from the front. The filming crew referred to this last bus as the Pope Mobile. And that's it.
All right, goddamn speed. I did not know that this movie was going to take up this much time, but I guess there was a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I got Karen and Madison over here sweating over fucking Keanu Reeves.
Not
Don't
sweating.
even lie.
I wouldn't mind to sweat for him, but I'm not sweating right now.
He
All
said it moved.
What's in the fucking box?
Right.
Okay, so next week we're gonna do. So next week is our Christmas episode. We're gonna do things a little differently this year. Next week, since we have reviewed Terrifier 1 and 2, we figure Terrifier 3 deserves a fair shake as whether or not it is a Christmas movie. So we're gonna review it for Christmas, just for you guys, because Karen thinks that it's not. I somewhat
I haven't
think that
seen
it
it
does.
yet.
But she hasn't
this,
seen it
this
yet.
is me
She
basing it
hasn't
off
seen
of
it
what
yet.
everyone says.
I have seen it. So we will see what happens, and we'll discuss it. So next week, we're going to do Terrifier 3, and we're going to see what the ultimate result is with that, and what Karen thinks of it, because she hasn't even seen it at all. So we're going to see what happens. Anyway,
And you
next
all know
week.
how I feel about part 2. I've talked about it enough.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I honestly like part 2 more than I do part 3. My opinion.
Really?
Yes.
If
I
that's
like
the case,
the
then
third one.
a lot of people like 3 more, but I like 2 more.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yep. Don't forget to check out them socials and shit. Don't forget, next week we're gonna do Terrifier 3, and Keanu Reeves is not, unfortunately, in Terrifier
close
3.
enough.
Neither is Paul Rudd.
Neither is Paul Rudd. So yeah. But anyway, so till next week, deuces.
Goodbye.
bye.